Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey! Fresh with a brand new intro and live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. No Seth today, so you can rest easy that you'll get at least 25% less poo-poo stories. We do have Ross a little bit later.
Yep.
But again, I'd like to just kind of going along with the theme of having a new intro for our Twitch and for our video component to the show. A shout out to Ono Media, to Owen and all of his gang there for helping us put together a little intro that makes us look a lot better and hopefully is pleasing to your eyes. So for a little bit, we're going to fuck around.
So, a couple of things. We have a Black Friday sale starting next week. It's going to start on Monday. We'll let the BDMs know first, like we always do, when exactly it's going to be up. But basically, we bundled together a bunch of stuff and making some like inexpensive Black Friday sale packages for Christmas. You can get next week, and then we're gonna have some Tom and Dan Christmas ornaments, and
there's a bunch of
I
stuff.
think those are in the
there.
bundle.
Yeah, they are in the bundle,
Yeah.
but they'll be
I
available.
need one of those.
They've
My
been
tree's
bundled up.
I need one.
You bundled so much shit that
Yeah.
I don't even
Can I
have.
get a bundle?
Can you
Okay.
take some?
No bundle for
Can
you.
you take some of the ornaments out of the bundles at least?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, we got our answer. We got our answer.
Fucking Grinch over here.
Yeah, this guy fucking hates fun.
Travis,
Scrooge.
why do you like fishing porn? You don't even
Yeah.
fish yourself. I never see you fish.
Whoa.
Oh, we were talking about this during the intro, but you had your headphones on, so you didn't hear this.
Oh, yeah, I was working. Just doing the fucking show. You guys are talking about fish porn?
I had
What is
mentioned that
fish porn?
No,
I
fishing.
hate grandpas and porn. I can't get past it. And then Butler says there's a lot of grandpas in his fishing porn.
I do. Okay, I didn't know what you guys were
Weird.
talking about.
Yeah.
I am getting older, but I happen to be an expert of grandpas and porn. I like grandpas and porn,
can't.
but there's only one. There's the British grandpa. He's okay because he's attractive.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't
He's
know
like
if I
a
know who it is.
good-looking, muscly guy. He's melting a little bit. He's got white, like almost like a white high,
What's his
almost like
name?
a
I'm gonna
haircut
look him
like
up.
me. And he's British, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hello, love," and he's always in the massage ones. He's got white hair. You know him if you. I know Tom. Tom's giving
You
me
don't
the
know
wing.
his name, though?
He's giving me the wing. I don't know any of the guys' names. I can give
Okay.
you all the girls' names.
There's a whole
Tom thinks I'm crazy because I know all the girls' names.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
there's a whole like European category or like
In
business of-
Europe, grandpas are a
production company.
lot more popular than they are in the States.
yeah.
Like,
In
when I
porn
get
ver-
older, I'm moving to Europe just so I can fuck because
There's
I'll
a
be a
lot more of them.
grandpa.
There's a lot more of them over there, I think.
Hey, you know that guy that's called the guy that's the stock Photoshop guy that's like the old man who behind his eyes he looks like his A Land of a Thousand Nightmares. They call him
yeah.
like behind his eyes Harold or something. It's called like Hide Your Fear Harold or something. It's something.
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a guy that he is a stock grandpa. He is the number one. Like, if you were going to just buy a stock image photo of a grandpa, it's this guy, and he's always, like, sad, sort of.
Oh, the meme guy.
Yeah, he's on
Yes.
Cameo now. You can get him to do...
Hell yeah.
You can get him to do, like, happy... But he's, like, super Scottish, I think, and he's like... And you can't understand a fucking word he says. So his ratings are real bad because his teeth are all jacked.
Oh.
Hide your pain, Harold.
Hide your pain, Harold. That's his thank you, Sam. Hide
That's,
your pain.
Thanks to
Not hydroplane
Juan. No.
Harold, but hide your pain Harold. He's on Cameo and his ratings are bad. Go look him up. His teeth are so fucked up. And now it's imagine buying Hide Your Pain Harold to do a cameo for you, and you're like, well, this fucking meme guy's teeth are jacked up, but I can't understand his fucking.
He's Hungarian.
I can't understand his Hungarian accent. 2 stars.
How much?
He's a retired Hungarian electrical engineer.
Yeah, and the motherfucker, you
Weird.
can't understand a word he says. It's crazy.
What, did he just sell his image a long time ago to one of these stock photo places?
He's also a model.
Oh, he must,
there
he
you
must
go.
have just bought the image.
Well,
from
he got cast by this particular stock image company. They're like, we need old man talks in phone, old man uses computer, and he did it. And he just happens to have this really unfortunate look.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out that word, but
No, it's great. It's the best word
but
ever.
he's a weird man.
Yeah.
And he's been able to capitalize on his weird looks. It's $100, by the way, on Cameo.
The other people that are doing Cameo, like I saw some BDM posted about like Bam Margera doing it, and then like
But Bams are weird, and he's all...
Kevin Malone from The Office, whatever that actor's name is, and like I'm like, how much money?
The bad kid from Harry Potter's on there.
Yeah.
That was expensive. It was like $500.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are they doing
Malfoy?
it?
Yeah, Malfoy.
Yeah, Malfoy. Yeah.
Draco Malfoy.
So help me
Draco
understand the motivation of these celebrities, especially the ones that are like, more famous actors that obviously have money, right? They're not like the old man from the stock photo image.
Yeah,
thing.
Harold.
Like I'm
How'd
guessing.
you pay in Harold?
Yeah, like every time he does one for $100, he's excited about getting $100. But like Bam Margera, whatever his cost, I mean, the guy, I don't know how much money he's giving away, but he's a millionaire, multimillionaire.
Is he still?
Yeah, I mean, he made a lot.
Imagine he's got something stashed.
During the height, he did that Trident gum commercial. He got paid $1 million. Just you know what I'm
Says
saying?
his net worth is $20 million, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean he was making a lot in the Jackass movies. He was one of the highest paid stars.
I think he and Johnny were the 2 highest paid for 2. And that was the one where they cashed in,
they did
right?
4.
Yeah, but 2 was the one where the money, and 2 and 3 were where
That
you...
and the CKY and CKY2K videos were huge sales.
Yeah.
But he made
probably
most
pissed
of
that
his,
all away.
Yeah, MTV, all the Bam Margera
They got
shows.
huge.
Yeah, but anyway,
They had like Bam Margera fruit snacks. You know, when you have a fucking fruit snack...
But is he doing it?
Sell out.
Is he doing it for
Easy money.
Yeah.
But is it like why would he even care?
You make a 30-second to 60-second video and get paid hundreds of dollars. Why would you not do
The
that?
ones that are weird
Because you're
to
a
me-
millionaire?
Well,
Like, I imagine it's like, if someone offered me, you could do something easy, make these videos, and I'm guessing $100 to him is $1 to me. Maybe,
Some of them are
so it's
weird.
Like,
They're like
gonna do anything for $1?
the ones I like the charity ones, and the first one I saw from that was like Lance Bass, and all of his went to like homeless youth or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is great.
Yeah, there's actually a lot that do it for charity.
Yeah, and the ones that were weird to me though, where there was one during election time that was like Jason Alexander from Seinfeld for Biden, but it was like $2,000, and I'm like.
He's just raising money for a campaign.
But I get it. But like to me, like I was like, nah, I'd way rather do something for charity, Mr. Alexander. Pardon, but I don't want to throw. I don't want to get involved in your dumb politic thing. I want to. I don't know. I thought it just seemed weird to me, and plus it was a hell of a lot of money.
It is bizarre.
Snoop Dogg's $900.
Yeah,
It's
$1,000 for Snoop Lion.
And it makes sense that celebrity, like, you could do it on your phone, so then it's like a novelty thing. And maybe that's the allure of it. It's just like, I'm doing this because it's goofy
Why
and
couldn't
it's
you
a
just
novelty.
do it on your own?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Well, they it's hard.
if
you don't
you
wanna
were
be
a
involved.
band, if you were a popular band, if you were a popular DJ or singer or comedian, you could have an area on your website where you had
I've seen bands do that.
Yeah, your webmaster
Yeah.
does the back end, and you say, hey, email us, PayPal us the money, and I'll send you the video, and we don't
Some
have to...
bands are actually doing like an Ask Me Anything type thing that you pay for.
Like an
Which
AMA.
is pretty cool.
Well, the new thing now are all these I mean, you've been doing a lot of these. I've done a little. I've dabbled in the online streaming concert land as far as local concerts. But Sam's been dabbling in these like big ass produced concerts. You did Pup,
yeah.
And then one came through. I got an email yesterday about one. I think it's a press release too because we've played these guys before and we've worked with their record label. But Atreyu is doing one
Oh, okay.
because I guess they have a new album coming out, and they're doing one tonight. Which
What is it?
It's just a really well produced
Virtual concert?
but it's like very intimate.
Is it live?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
live, so you get tickets. I think Ross was talking about it. We can ask him today when he does news. I believe he and his wife signed up to do one with Jewel. Because his wife loves Jewel. And actually today, I think the 25th anniversary, maybe the 30th anniversary of her big CD, a new version of that came out, like a remastered or maybe deluxe edition.
Yeah.
But that came out today. We'll ask Ross, but I think he and his wife signed up to do the Jewel virtual concert. So that's like the new big thing, or these well-produced live, and you buy a ticket, and then you are delivered like your stream. It's your personal...
Gotcha. To make it seem like it's more of a personal experience.
Yeah, and they make the venues smaller. They can, because no audience.
Don't need a big one.
They put produced bits in there and stuff like that from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Pup had a stand-up comedian open for them for their live stream, and it was just him in his bedroom doing stand-up.
I think that's weird and cool.
Yeah,
Like,
but he made fun of it too.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucking weird.
I
right?
think it's kind of cool, but you're seeing, and we are seeing everything kind of. I didn't ever think I'd be editing video daily and putting it on YouTube and having a Twitch feed. Like, I spend more time editing the video that we do for this fucking show than I ever do. I'm on autopilot when we do the show. Like, I'm not even awake when I edit the show.
Well, speaking of virtual, the CBE group is putting on a virtual beer fest tomorrow.
I fucked this up.
And
I should have done this.
And they raised a
You
lot
can
of money.
still join tomorrow
For Yellow Brick Road Foundation, and we really appreciate, Jay, Jesus, everybody from CBE group.
You guys are the best.
Eric Radiker, our merchman, he donated his time and shipping supplies and things, and for Yellow Brick Road, and everybody, Tony Palmiotti, and everybody involved with
Doesn't it
putting
make
together.
you feel good to know that our listeners, I remember you said something very powerful early on when we started working with Yellow Brick Road. I'm not joking right here. He looked at me as if to say, I was like,
You
fucking...
motherfucker.
No, I'm being serious. You were talking about how much more children's charities mean to you and I as new dads. This is, 5 years ago when we had just had our babies. When we and it was true. Like the whole baby concept was like a totally new thing to us, and we were like new dads and really scared about it. And kids charities, and it's funny to see all of our listeners, even if you don't have kids, I think we can all agree that we love working with the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, and it's super fun, and we can all get behind what they do.
Yeah. 100%.
It's unbelievable. Helping kids with congenital heart defects is something I think even the most asshole-ish bastard can get behind. You know?
And if you want to check it out, I know they've already done a lot of the, they've delivered all the packages for the beers and the
well
pint
done,
glasses
guys.
and
It
everything.
looks amazing.
But you could still
I got the shirt.
jump on their
shirt's tits,
Facebook
man. It's
page.
great.
And it's the Craft Beer Enthusiast BDM Facebook page. If you're a BDM, you can get on it. And on their page, they're going to present. They got a bunch of videos. We did a video, and a lot of other people did. And
Sam
you could
did
just check
one.
it out.
Butler did one. We all
Butler
did
did one.
Tomorrow, if you want to just be involved, and I know if you want to donate to a Yellow Brick Road Foundation, it's YBRF.org, and we'll announce what CBE raised. But it was incredible. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I really
want them
appreciate
to do a contest on who created the best video.
it. We did. Me and Dan.
Well, I mean, we did just because
Yeah.
without us,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we are
We're
the
the-
Put a
universe.
lot of work into mine.
We're the universe.
I mean, you could
guys
do a second
swirl
place
with.
if you want. I mean, that's.
Wow.
I mean, you could.
There's tits in mine.
Well, hold on a second.
First place.
Where's this now?
Hold on, is it too late to
It's on
join?
Discord, right?
Oh, Discord.
No,
I know
don't go
about
there
that.
anymore. No.
Oh, right.
No, the CBE Discord for the event. Yeah.
The one is Krusty
Red.
Dick City. It's like, I
The
can't.
one is red.
Yeah. Red
so-
wave. Red inflamed crusty wave.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned about being a parent because
It is apparent that we are bad parents.
I
I'm like a bad rapper.
may. I know I don't want to be a drama queen here, but and I don't know how serious it is because I wasn't really involved with talking to the doctors.
You can't
but it
take my
may-
crown.
My son one of my sons may have come close to seeing if I'm right or wrong. If you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Is this a bottom of the pool Ross scenario?
No. So I'll tell a story. So on Wednesday this week, We had kind of a light day of work. We're getting shows ready for Thanksgiving.
Which means we busted our asses to get out early.
Yeah. And yeah, because we've been Samantha's been good keeping us on schedule and pre-recording the shows we need to, so that we got basically a full slate of shows for Thanksgiving week. And so anyway, Wednesday I was like, all right, let's make it an early day today. I need to go home because I still need to rake my dirt so I could spread my grass seeds in my front yard.
Oh, dude, I totally
It's Christmas
forgot.
grass, yeah.
No, I totally forgot. I am pro the Christmas grass. It is a tradition.
Why doesn't it stay throughout the year?
That particular grass will not grow.
It's just like chia grass.
Yeah, it needs like this particular season and weather.
It's just
in order to
seasonal.
thrive.
Okay.
It's just some winter rye, as they call it.
Why the fuck am I explaining it? You're the plant man.
It's like bread.
I almost said the F word for gays there as a reaction. I almost said you're the plant F. I almost said that.
It'll die about February, but it'll grow and it'll be a peak, and then I'll put the deer and the whole thing. Anyway,
No, don't. Can you at least get new deer?
I need to get new deer,
Yeah.
but they're harder to find than I thought. I started searching, and I was like,
They're out of style now. People like the inflatable. No, I'm not
yeah,
joking.
you're right. A wicker.
Yeah.
I need some old school wicker deer.
My dad would be proud that you're still putting them out there, though. They were his pride and joy.
The ass of the buck
Yeah.
is all burnt out,
Yeah.
so I can't get it working.
It used to be remember my dad used to call it the deer, and he had that Bing Crosby that sang, and he said it had the palsy.
So-
because it would go like clap, 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 clap.
I need to rake my yard because it's goddamn acorn season. I got 2 giant live oaks in front of my house. By the way, it's been a scourge for me this entire time. Crystal's like, they provide shade. They're beautiful to look at. But I'm like, at what cost?
Right.
Every year,
Yeah.
40,000 acorns are
I gotta say, since I moved,
littered.
I have no trees now around my house.
great.
And it's great.
Yeah. Why? Like, yeah, she's like, they're beautiful. I'm like, they're a pain in the ass.
They
2
are.
times a year, leaves crazy. They've ruined relationships.
It stains
Why
everything.
Ross quit the show the first time?
Yeah.
Because he raked the leaves.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean,
That's hilarious.
And
They've ruined my car.
Did you order him you ordered him a fucking pizza like a goddamn dog.
The pollen.
That's your friend of yours, man. That was like he was
I'm
a friend of
surprised
yours.
he's going to be on the show
He
today.
was a friend of yours.
You know how hard it is to rake acorns?
He's just now back talking to me because of your fucking pizza.
So,
Allergies.
I'm raking the
pollen.
corns. And
Did you get them all raked up?
No, and they
You
deteriorate.
said they stick in the ground and you have to pick them out with a rake.
Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, I get there on Wednesday, and Crystal is watching her mom's dog, her mom and sister's dog.
What's she watching it do?
They're they had to go run down to Miami,
Die.
and so we're dog sitting in.
Oh, wait, where's the
parrot sitting.
cat?
Oh, they're all there.
So your
Cats.
parrot's sitting and your dog's sitting.
Garage Cat's
and where's
there, yeah.
Garage Cat?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I'm not even allowed because now Crystal developed a relationship with Garage Cat, so she
Oh,
can
no.
feed it.
What's up, Crystal?
But if I go in there, it'll attack my legs immediately. That's what they
What?
told me. Yeah. That's
I will never understand I will never understand the concept of keeping something alive that wants to kill you.
Right.
So anyway, Crystal's like, "Oh, we're gonna walk the dog because I got home early."
know what that means.
Well, let's go for a walk. It's a nice day. It's
Yeah.
nice outside now. You know.
Oh, it's beautiful. I sit out on my balcony and I judge everybody as they walk by.
So I'm like, all right, well, because when I'm getting home, they were leaving the house to walk the dog. They didn't know I was going to get home early, so I'm like, let me change into my house clothes.
Let me put on my booty shorts and let's get to walking.
Yeah.
and then I'll meet you down the street. Just go for And
I like to go a pretty decent clip and keep my arms moving.
How different are your house clothes than your...
He wears
I just
tiny
put on a
fluorescent
headband.
booty shorts and a headband.
Oh yeah. And so I go in there.
You can put on the headband here, by
You
the way.
look like Key West Uncle Rico.
I take some CBD because my back hurt. I take my medicine.
Yeah, so do I.
My walking medicine.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know what I have anymore. CBD, THC, just anything.
All
If it's
of
got
it.
3 letters, I pump it into my
Yeah,
body.
like LSD, MDMA.
Anything. Give me the letters. 3 letters. I'm
DMT.
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
put it in
CBD
there.
for my back. It's got a lot of THC though. It's CBD too.
I need it in there. It activates it. It activates it.
So because if you tell people CBD, they're like, "Oh, you're a hero." They don't think you're a fucking stoner.
I have a story about that will be on the end of your story.
So anyway, I go get my headband on or whatever, get my my shirt, and then I get on my one wheel, which Crystal hates when I go for a walk on my one wheel.
Well, you're not walking.
Yeah,
well,
we have a couple. We have some new emails about that. We'll be hitting later.
So much better than walking. Anyway,
I don't disagree. But.
I get on my one wheel, haul ass, and they're a block or two down the street.
Gotta catch up with them. Do you carry a Bluetooth speaker that
Yes,
plays
please.
Fleetwood Mac Dreams?
I did not. So I catch up to them, and then as I get closer, I notice Crystal's on her knees,
Hey.
and she's slapping Tommy's feet. Right, so.
Well, that's a classic Castleberry greeting.
Okay.
That's called I believe that's called the traditional Confederate handshake, if I remember correctly.
And
But only on the battlefield you're supposed to use that one.
so I roll up and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And
I roll up like he's a fucking
Nate
sheriff.
Dogg and
Sheriff. What do we have here?
Warren G.
I got a couple of foot slappers.
and
Castleberry foot slappers.
and then Crystal's like, "Tommy got an ant on it in his shoe, right?" And then I'm like, "Oh shit, an ant!" And then like she's like, "Look at her! It bit his ankles." And so I looked, and immediately a big red welt on his ankle.
Is it like what Max gets with mosquitoes?
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
kinda
I
like that.
have the thing that Max and I have the same thing. When I was Max's age, when I get bit by mosquitoes, it would turn into a giant white disc, huge, and raise up, and then get red and itch and last forever.
It kind of went away as the more mosquitoes bit him.
You grow out of it. Yeah, you do.
you grow tolerant.
Yeah, tolerant. So anyway,
I had it with chocolate too. It's weird.
So, and Tommy didn't, he wasn't that affected. It looked like he got 2 ant bites on his ankle. Right?
But dude, I vote ant bite right under horsefly bite as far as the way it hurts. And ant bite to me is one of those bites where it's like, you know when you put a pin directly into your finger or hand? Like, I hate the feeling of it.
Yeah.
It's excruciating.
That and it gives you a fucking pimple.
Yeah.
And it itches like mad.
So
And then sometimes they leave scars if you pop them.
Yeah, don't.
And I was Tommy wasn't complaining that much, but he did have these welts in his ankle, and then he was like itching him. He's like, and then
It's
Crystal saw the
virtually
ant.
impossible as a child to not scratch it.
It was just one ant because she whacked it off his ankle, and then it was just like she saw it run across the
I'm
sidewalk.
sorry.
She
You
stomped
said
it.
whack off the ankle.
And then
Child.
so
Giggity, giggity.
Crystal's like, "Can you one wheel back to the house, get some Bactine?"
Good thing you had your one wheel here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so
Shake your hand.
This is what I'm
vetoed.
prepared for.
Yeah.
This is the reason I'm prepared.
You are.
This is why-
you are. What do they call those guys?
Castleberry prepper.
Yeah.
It's just with one wheel, no other preparations. I have nothing. I'm underprepared.
What do you got? I got a one wheel. How's the charge? Oh shit!
And then in every other aspect,
And now back to Castleberry Prepper. I brought my one wheel.
Yeah.
What's the charge like?
Yeah.
20%. Oh fuck!
and it's heavy as fuck. So
Yeah.
even if I'm running with
You can kill somebody with it.
It hinders
Why
me
is it so
from
heavy?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot. It's pretty. Yeah, a lot going on in there.
lightweight one.
So I'm like, I got it, and then I took off on the one wheel, fast, full speed, roll up to my garage. I open my garage door, precision garage door, while I'm
Love
one wheeling.
Love it.
Hit the open, but
21st century digital boy.
I jump off, run inside, get the Bactine, jump back out, and then I close the garage door on my app as I'm one wheeling through the neighborhood.
well, it doesn't sound like. It sounds more like.
So I get there. I when I'm getting close to where they were, I see that they're walking back towards the house now, right? So which I thought was odd. So I pull up on the one wheel. I jump
What
off.
do we have? I'll roll up. What do we have here? Sheriff Tom, Castleberry Sheriff's Department.
And I'm like, I have the Bactine, and then Crystal's like, he's got hives, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? And then she like lifts up his shorts, and
he's got 2 beehives strapped to his thighs.
and
Thigh hives.
so basically his whole legs broke out in hives. So I was like, that's weird. I'm like, I'm going to spray him all. I'm like, I'll spray his legs with this Bactine. That'll help.
I'm a hero.
yeah, I went on one wheel.
Step back. I have the Bactine. I'm one wheel. I'm the one wheel man.
So I start spraying him crazy with the Bactine. And then we're looking, and then we're watching the hives just start moving up his body like
terrifying.
Real time. And then I'm like, holy shit. Why is this happening? And then Chris is like, wait, this is not normal. Like, he's having some sort of reaction. And I'm like, over a fucking ant bite? And so I'm sort of spraying his
Bactine overdose.
So I'm like, what is it? Like? So we're like, let's go back to the house.
Shit, he's allergic to Bactine.
Right.
So quick, kick dirt on him.
Pay on him.
So we start walking back, and I'm one wheeling behind the family,
Which is, there's nothing more dorky than when your family and you have to slow ride to keep up.
Okay, I'm shaking. And then, so it's as we're getting closer to the house, the fucking rash is getting worse and worse. It starts showing.
How fast? How long would you say this time? What are we talking? Like 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
Less than 10 minutes. Since he got bit by the ant, and then all of a sudden it starts showing up on his face, like in his head. And so at one point, I was like, let me pick him up and one wheel.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I probably would do the same
one wheel
thing.
him back to the house. That got vetoed.
Yeah, but you know me well enough to
fall
know I'd freak out.
So he's got no helmet.
They got to wear helmets in their Power Wheels. Crystal's not letting that happen.
Yeah. So
Crystal's the good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get back to the house.
God bless that woman.
We're looking, and then he starts itching. He's like, everything itches. He starts itching, and then he's like, my pee-pee itches.
That's kind of what I do every night. Like, because I have bad allergies, and I just stand there, I just scratch my pubes. And I just, like, everything on me, my God, I'd kill myself.
So I'm like, what's wrong with your pee-pee?
Don't yell that in the
There's ants coming out of his pee-pee. He's turning into an ant.
I look at his pee-pee, it's all red and irritated, like goddamn Discord. But your pee-pee. And then I'm
Hold
like,
on, let me take a couple shots.
so then
Both is
the
on there.
welts start turning into like miniature ant bites all over his body, where I'm like, holy
Is he
shit.
covered in ants and you just can't see them? Or like...
2 or 3 at the most ant bites on his ankle. That's it. Like, the originals are still there. He's breaking out crazy. So Chris was like, I'm like, this is a weird, like, how bad is this? We don't want to overreact and then be the parents that, like, freak out over something that's, like, maybe normal. You get a hive reaction sometimes and no big deal. So Crystal calls the doctor, right? She calls the pediatrician. The pediatrician starts.
Dr. Nick, how's that pediatrician?
What I assume is a raccoon in the top hat is telling us that is he having problems breathing or
You got to put some Taco Bell fire sauce on it. I'll clear right
not
up.
the mild.
Yeah, don't put the mild on there, and then don't put that goddamn communist salsa verde. Verde, I don't even know what that is.
So they started asking, he can breathe. And meanwhile, Tommy, besides from itching, he's not complaining at all. He's just like, I'm like, are you fine? Can you breathe?
Yeah, you guys are freaking out more than he is.
Yeah.
That's always the case, by the way.
Right.
I don't know if any of the parents that are in our Twitch chat room agree, but normally I'm the freak out. Or, no, sometimes Andrea is. It would surprise you guys how much more she freaks out than I do. It's weird how I'm calm and weird. Like, I'm pandemic calm. That's weird, right?
Even at this point, I'm still like, you can call the doctor, but maybe it's all an overreaction.
What's Maxie doing?
Max just wants to play Switch.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
He's like, can we play Switch? I was like, God damn, stop asking.
Your brother's dying.
So then I'm like,
Can I get the Switch to myself now?
they're talking. Crystal's talking to Peter, like, oh, and they're like, yeah, don't breathe. No. And then she's like, is his lips swelling? And we're like, no, his lips look fine. And then she's still talking, whatever. And I'm looking at Tommy's face, and literally, as I'm looking at him, I can see his lips start to swell up. And I'm like, oh oh shit, his lips. I'm like, his lips. And then so Chris is like, his lips. And then the doctor's
And you
like,
guys are just like, lamp.
and then the doctor's like, take him to the emergency room now.
Oh god, that's
So-
terrifying.
Quick
Right?
to the one wheel.
Oh my god.
So
Where's my top hat?
at that point, we're not outwardly panicking because I don't want to
Right.
send my sons into a panic. You know,
You're better at that than I am. I usually panic right in Maisie's face.
Your kids don't want to see your parents panic.
No.
It's like traumatizing.
It
Plus,
spreads-
what does that help?
No, it
doesn't
spreads
do.
like wildfire, dude.
Yeah. So, but when she said that, Chris was like, I got to take him now. I'm like, all right, I'll stay with Max. Obviously, no reason for all to go into the emergency room, especially now. So you just go, and then she's like, go to the closest one, or whatever. She goes to the Winter Park one. So she gets in the car. I'm on the phone with her, and then she's like, all right, I'm driving. He's fine. He, was looking at my phone. We're gonna get there, and I was like, all right, just call me when you get there, or whatever. And then so I'm sitting there, and I'm just staring at the phone. I'm fucking panicking, right? Like, because now I feel helpless.
Yeah, well, you are.
And I can't do anything. And then Max is like, let's play Mario Bros.
Yes. Max.
So Crystal, she texted me. She's like, all right, we got to the hospital. I told them what was going on, and they rushed us to a room, and they're going we're safe. Like, they're taking care of me. He's fine.
Yeah.
But now his eyes are swollen.
Was
right?
that the picture you sent me?
Yeah,
Right,
eyes,
you sent
yeah.
that in the
Dude.
chat, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Now I'm in therapy, like next door.
Yeah.
So I'm not on my phone, but I can feel it going off in my pocket. I don't know what's happening. Like when I finally saw the photo, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my,
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
cry.
Hey, and so
Poor
eyelids
little
were
dude.
swollen.
Everything
Yeah.
on him was swollen.
Yeah. So they rushed him back there. They need to get him on like IV, I guess antihistamine or whatever the hell,
Yeah.
some sort of whatever
Histamine
counter
blocker.
Yeah. So then I'm like, all right, but at this point I'm fucking nervous as hell
Right.
of like what's going on, but there's nothing I can do, right? So I'm just sitting there, and then Max
You're
is
playing Luigi.
Max is like, let's play Mario. So this whole time for the past 10 minutes, I've just been staring at my blank text screen to Crystal's
Waiting
name,
for something,
just waiting
yeah.
for a response. I'm like, well, this is not helping anything. I'll just let me just play goddamn
Yeah.
Mario with Max. So me
God,
and-
better you than me, man. There's no way in hell I'd be able to do that. Because I'm too OCD. I'm too obsessive compulsive. I would have to just stand and stare at my phone.
Yeah.
That's the difference, man. There's no fucking way I
Yeah,
could.
but you got another kid sitting there.
It was also freaking
Sam,
out
you don't
Max,
understand who you're talking to. There's no way I would be able.
Yeah.
I would have to really try hard. Really try hard.
So I get on, and usually it's Max and Tommy. They have this 2-player game, and they're almost to the end of like
Nice.
beating the game. So
Wow.
they're like
Yeah.
one castle away from winning, but they can't get past this castle. They've
Yeah.
been trying for the past like 3 days straight, and they keep dying or whatever. And so like Max is like, "Hey, you want to try this castle with me?" And then I'm like, "All right, let's do
I like
it."
that he didn't have much confidence. He's like, well, my normal partner's not here, but hey, you want to try this? I mean, you can take a swing at it.
So I'm not shitting you. I don't know if it was nervous energy. I don't know if it was because like I was so like scared for Tommy that I couldn't I had ultra focus or whatever. But me and Max fucking dominated this castle, and literally I'm swinging from chain to chain, perfect. And Max is behind me. At one point, Max is on my head, and I'm fucking spinning crazy. I played this game twice, and I'm fucking killing it. And I'm like, I've never played video games as well since. And I remember the last time it was the goddamn Frog Pajamas.
Somebody said it in the chat.
Tony Hawk.
No.
It was Crystal and Frog Pajamas.
I would like to think that as you were doing
27-point combo.
I would like to think that as you did it, right? Like you're playing and you guys, it's almost like you've ascended into like some sort of like weird nirvana, and then Frog Pajamas appears. It's just like,
Hello, Tom. Tommy will be fine. I am here, and I bid you a pajama farewell.
I had pure Frog Pajama.
he was there.
Video
it was
game
like
strength.
Cortana from Halo.
and we fucking beat the goddamn castle.
Oh, I
And
feel bad for Tommy.
Well,
You're a mean dad. Wow, you got a fucking hand bite, you pussy? I'm gonna beat this fucking game.
Tommy, after he did, and the next day, Well, I'll tell you what.
Was he mad that you beat the level without
He
him?
was mad.
Probably cried.
Then he
Yeah.
made me prove that I could buy, but I was horrible the next
Yeah,
time I tried.
you
Wait a minute, he
Adrenaline.
made you prove?
Well, because me and Max were telling Tommy, but anyway,
And
long
Tommy
story.
called you a liar, which
Yeah.
is the same thing we do.
Yeah. So long story short,
Tommy.
Tommy had to get like IV and a histamine or whatever, and then it turns out he's fucking severely allergic to red ant bites.
Goddamn.
That sucks.
And remember when I told you guys
He lives in a great state.
he got bit by a
Yeah,
red ant and
a
his
couple
foot
weeks ago,
swelled
yeah.
up. Well, apparently the ER doctor said that usually that's how it happens. They'll get one bite and they'll have a reaction, and then the next one will be 10 times worse. And fucking sure enough, it was like 2 or 3 ant bites. The only caused his entire body to turn into hives, and his eyes and his lips to swell. And I guess it could be worse. Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
you start
It'll close your throat.
swelling and shit. I don't know if it would eventually have gotten there, but there's a risk. So
That's kind of what they were
Do
saying about
you-
my shrimp deal. Like, remember, like I had the shrimp at that one party years ago at Christmas.
Yeah.
Then another time I had it, and it was worse. And they're kind of like, they were like, well, here's your EpiPen. We've done the test. We know you're allergic to it. How about you just stop fucking around with the shrimp? It's kind of, well, I'm an adult. They're not going to act like that to a kid.
Do you tell Tommy that, like, hey, just look out for ants and
yeah, I
ant
think you
hills,
have
like,
to now,
right?
right?
You have to. Do you
don't-
tell him the severity of, like,
You don't make him
I don't wanna be-
paranoid,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you make
yeah.
him understand the process. He's smart, though. I think he'll be
Right.
fine.
that's the thing. It's like weighing out making him
how much do you tell him?
paranoid about going outside or walking in
Right.
the grass over ants, and like, so now we had to get the EpiPen,
Yeah.
and now we had to give one to the school and shit, and to let them know that, and we're filling out the
and they're
paperwork and everything.
extremely affordable.
Yeah,
EpiPens are the most expensive fucking weird thing that you
Yeah, yeah.
probably won't use.
People will die if
but
they
you
don't have
need it.
these
No, I
things.
understand, but like they should be cheap.
Right.
They should be cheap and they should be flowing out of the faucets. You know, they should be easy to find. Everybody got one.
the instructions on how to use it is terrifying. But by the way,
it's
yeah.
terrifying.
I got
I have
another
one on my desk.
I got another gripe for a pharmacist. So Crystal, she gets the EpiPen at the this particular pharmacy, and then she's like, the pediatrician said to ask the pharmacist how to use it, and then Crystal's like, excuse me, can I like the pharmacist explain to me how to
Right.
use this? So the tech's like, let me get the pharmacist, and then the tech goes back, talks to the guy in the back, and
I
then
don't fucking know. I'm getting a cameo from Bam Margera.
and then go back and the instructions are in the box.
Oh, dude.
What are you doing?
Is that where we're at now?
If the instructions, why are you there to count the pills? A robot could do that. Anyway,
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, I'm sure they were busy, but like, I'd be like, yeah, can they still come and like
Yeah.
talk me through it because I've never done
He's
this.
supposed to show you not instructions, but real world techniques on how to use
Yeah.
it.
Don't you just like stab it in the leg like morphine in World War II?
No, but,
Battlefield?
no, but there is a but there is a technique to it, and the lady
It's
at my
terrifying.
place will walk you through the whole thing. They have a dummy one.
Yeah.
They're supposed to give you the dummy one and show you how to use it.
Oh, God.
And it doesn't have a needle in
I
it.
can imagine the next time Tommy does an ant bite, he's swollen up, he's screaming, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and I'm stabbing it into his leg like goddamn Pulp
His little tiny bird legs.
Fiction. It's got bone legs.
Yeah, how you gonna get it to his bones?
Am I supposed to inject it into the bird bones?
You gotta stab him in the butt. And say,
Yeah, you
in his
gotta-
butt. It's the only place he got a little bit
Does
of
he
meat.
have a fat butt? Like,
No,
oh.
tiny
But
bird
it's
butt.
right
Oh,
at the
no.
very bottom, there's a little bit of bird meat. You can stab it in the tiny little bird, like
Yeah,
right
bird
where
sack.
just that little part that you'd eat, like if you were
2
in fucking
bird
Twin
sacks.
Peaks eating wings.
right where the ants bite them.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm sorry, son, I gotta stab your sacks.
Gotta stab your skinny butt sack.
And then I got mad. I don't know who. I was like, why? Why did this happen? Fuck you, ants. And
Well,
like,
you,
That's
you
what I
raised
said.
little snowflakes, and now they're allergic to ants.
I don't know
That's
what-
just genetic. Who in your family's allergic to ants?
nobody. I don't
Weird.
know, or at least, and I guess they said they can grow out of it. And then there's a. We have an allergist appointment, and they're like, they can give you small doses of ant poison, and it's like
Put it in the sacks.
and then you can give them ant poison for
It'll turn into a half Ant-Man.
Poison your child.
with enough time and enough small doses of
Hopefully
ant
he'll
poison.
grow up to be an Ant-Man without the horrible domestic violence.
So apparently I got to microdose him with ant poison for or
Then he starts whacking his wife around later in life.
I was mad about this whole scenario.
And why wouldn't you be?
Because now I have to worry about fucking
he's such
ants.
a sweet kid.
We live
man.
in Florida.
But I will
It's
say,
like worrying about racist people.
here's the cool part. Here's the cool part about being a kid, though. We all saw him yesterday, and he looked great, and he was happy. He was back to
Yeah,
normal.
he's perfectly fine.
And that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But that picture of him with his little eyes swollen,
I know.
and that's the saddest shit
I was
I've
like,
ever
oh my
seen.
God.
Man. And I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And I'm
It's-
glad that you guys got to the bottom
Yeah.
of it because, my God.
Yeah. No, he's fine, and it'll be fine. And now we got the EpiPen, and who knows how bad it would have gotten, I guess, but it could have been real bad.
Well,
and
I
that's
take the
problem.
chance, right?
Yeah, let's not.
Once
That's
your
not,
lips,
that's not a wait and see scenario.
No,
It's not- even when you get older, it's like they have a fucking they have a shrimp omelet at Grills that I really wanted one morning. It's just like, why? Why
Yeah.
take the chance? You know, what, am I die in front of my daughter at Grills because I'm allergic to something? Because I just wanted an omelet?
Right.
This is what scared Crystal is that anytime you're at a hospital or a physician or whatever, and they start like acting as if time is of the essence
Right.
and they need to that scares you. It's like so when they were
Completely
booking in
understand.
Tommy, the lady literally is like, what's his name and his birth date, and she wrote it down on like a napkin she had in her
Yeah,
pocket.
I'll do it later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what
Like, yeah, let's get him back there right now.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
how serious is this? Anyway, so that was my Wednesday.
Fun week.
You are. You know what? I commend you having humor when shit is hitting the fan because you were like just a typical Castleberry. You were fucking around.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh
that
yeah,
maybe
because I don't know if you want us to say the other part.
maybe that's a bit of your
what happened
maybe-
that day.
Fire trucks and the ambulance came, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on during the time?"
Do you want to know why I really freaked out? Because I thought that was for Tommy.
No,
No, but remember, I'm in therapy.
Yeah, you're
I'm
seeing
only
pictures
seeing
now.
photos. I see a picture of Tommy's eye swollen. The next picture is a picture of an ambulance.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
the homeless man had.
We're
going
gonna
to
need a lot of therapy
down
now.
the street.
Homeless Harry Potts.
Still undetermined. Haven't seen him in days, but the
Uh-oh.
ambulance went and got him. So
maybe
hopefully
he
he's okay.
went to that great pot in the sky.
I think he's fine, but something happened. Anyway, so quite a crazy week in the old Tom Van neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I'm glad your boy is okay. I had to go to the bank to do more estate planning for my mom, and I have a question for you guys. And I think we dabbled a little bit on this on ACT, but I fully don't understand this. Why do I have to sit at the bank when I'm opening an account for my mom who's dead, and I'm going to put her dead person money into the account? And I'm sorry if that's a little flippant or whatever, but I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Why do I have to sit there to open an account? And why do I have to be there? Why do I have to sit there the entire time you're typing? Why?
It's the sign, like you have to be in person.
No,
to
I'll
sign
come
or-
by and sign in person.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But why am I watching
Why
you do
am
the
I
work?
watching you type the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying.
They this is one of those deals. I used to think if you worked at a bank that you were like, it was like a ooh la la scenario. Like you work at a bank? Oh shit! There's money around.
I thought I used to
La,
do
la,
that too.
scenario.
That's
you were
what
fancier.
Florida boys do, and I thought that too.
It turns out it's just a normal shitty job, just like everything else.
I know some trash people that work for banks.
You don't,
I
they
just
don't even
did-
pay that well, and they got money.
And I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there with this guy, and of course, what do I get? I get the trainee.
Oh God.
And he's the nicest guy. That's even worse. Give me the trainee who's an asshole so I can be an asshole.
Yeah.
But this guy's sweet. He's like a younger guy, and I want to say he's like from a Caribbean nation. He had a cool name. His name was Junior. But they called him June.
Yeah.
But he was great, and he got me patched up. But it was super embarrassing because I'm there with him trying to fill out all this paperwork, and me and Andrea have to be there at the same time. Andrea is the organizer. I'm just the guy that happens to have the mom, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there. We're trying to get this done, and it's just not working. And I had to tell the guy, and I know you hate this, but we were running late, and we had an interview with who did we have this week? Like on Tuesday. It was a big one. Cashed Out.
Oh yeah.
It was Cashed Out. So we have the reggae band Cashed Out that we all like. We have an interview with them. I'm going to end up running late because of this appointment that I didn't think it would take 2 hours to set up an estate account. And this guy's slowing down. So I have to tell him, I'm like, look, I have to stop now. this hour and a half that we've been here, I have to leave now. I cannot sit through this, which was making Andrea very mad.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't like to be late for you guys,
Right.
and I like to be here at least 10 minutes before we record. I don't like coming in hot. I know you like that. I can't do it. I'm not that person. I can't just run in the door, plop down, and go like, hey! I just can't. I don't function that way. And so I tell him I have to leave. Andrea looks like she's about to cry because we did a full hour and a half and then we didn't get done. So right at the time I say we have to leave, his computer crashes and it completely shuts down. So Andrea has to leave. So then we leave. We come here. We do the show and do everything. And he tells me to come back at 3:30. Come back at 3:30. And then there's another guy that's going to take over my account. This guy goes into telling me about how much he's sorry for my loss, and he's like really emotional about it, and talking about how he had a death in his family as well, and how his brother had just passed away as well. So he knows how I feel about how my mom passed away, and his brother. He says, pardon if he's talking a little too much, but he's got to be on this computer and got to check some things, and he's a talkative guy. I'm like, oh sure, you talking to me is fine, no big deal, totally okay. And he's continuing to tell me the story about his brother, and then he starts to weave this tale about how his brother was, like in a lot of rock and roll bands and was a musician. And then that went into how his brother was probably hanging out with not the nicest people. And his brother got into dabbling into marijuana and smoking weed.
Oh, no.
And then the weed, he felt like it was the gateway drug that got him into the other drugs that he gotten into. And then he eventually got it hooked on prescription pills and Oxycontin. And then that led to heroin. And his brother had recently passed away. And then he asked me for a second form of ID, and I pull out my license and lay it there, and then I realize I have no other form of second ID except for
medical marijuana. Yes.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
Well, look.
It's not hilarious when your wife looks at you. And, it's also not hilarious when June comes back to you and says,
just for CBD.
Mr. Dennis, you left your you left your ID here earlier. We found it in the parking lot. It fell out of my...
Are you serious?
My ID fell out of the fucking parking lot. They found it. And then my second form of ID, I had to hand it to the guys my medical marijuana card after the guy told me the gateway drug killed his brother. I'm becoming you.
Yeah.
Just a worse version.
You start explaining how CBD has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties.
Right.
It's like all for the CBD. I mean, there's a lot of THC. But
Ghost of Manute Bull hit it. He nailed it on the head. This is the most Larry David thing that's ever. It was because I looked through my wallet. There is nothing because a second form of ID at a bank has to have a photo. It has to. The only thing I have that has a photo on it that is government issued and falls under the recommendations is my medical marijuana card. It is approved by the state of Florida, by the way. You can use it. You're just going to look like an asshole when the guy... Yeah, so.
I'm spreading my orb to all my friends and family. It's like,
Dude, I got it bad.
I gave it to you. Tommy got the ant.
Tommy got the
I was
ant.
fine.
Somebody in the chat
having fun.
Somebody in the chat said that an iron deficiency can give you like an allergy to things like ants and stuff. So they're like, I don't know if they were joking
Wait,
about
that's
like,
what
is
you
somebody
have.
a vegetarian?
she's
No, I have
over
too much
iron.
iron.
Oh, okay.
I have iron overload, but I looked into it and there's actually some truth to that.
Yeah, no,
You can be prone to more allergies.
he has enough iron from vegetables and things.
Good Dr. Dahl.
I don't even think you know what vegetables have iron in them.
Yeah,
So
Crystal does.
She might.
She does.
She knows because she's super sensitive about their vegetarian diets and all the criticism.
Yeah,
like,
she
they're not
always-
getting enough of this. And they're like, nope.
she combats that.
You get plenty of iron from these veggies and the whatever else they eat that. Yeah, no, it's a random ant allergy. And by the way, back to bank manager. Remember when bank manager, it used to be like a higher status in society where it's like there's like mayor of the town, then if he died, the bank manager was take over.
Yeah.
It was like it was an old man at a pocket watch.
Well,
what happened to those?
It was like the end of business, though. It was like the front line of business. Like, if you worked at the bank, you were Mr. Business.
Yeah.
Because business is very simple. It's like, well, what do you sell? I sell my old world peppermint sticks. You know, it's like,
Now it's
you're a
just
candy maker, so you're,
now
very
it's
simple trade.
It's the guy that you went to high school with that tried to be a penny stockbroker first, and then that didn't work out. Now he's a manager of
Actually,
Wachovia.
the good news of everything is the manager that I ended up getting was like this really, really nice lady who basically had been banking her entire life, but she was really young. You ever find one of those people where you're working with somebody and you're like, you're way too young to have been working here. I'm probably that guy for radio. Like, people go, you've done 30 years of radio? I'm like, yeah, since I was 19 years old. This lady was so good at what she did, and she was younger than me, and she'd been working at that particular bank for like 25 years. So she fixed everything. But, of course, everything went wrong. Of course, Andrea said I embarrassed her with the medical marijuana card. Of course, she said I embarrassed her with all my little jokes to try and clear things up and make things easier, because apparently, when things are really awkward, you're just supposed to sit quietly and not say a fucking word.
That makes it more awkward.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell, but that's how you know it's real.
Yelling
And would
grandpas.
my wife please stop letting my daughter ride my dangerous electric skateboard? Can you guys all email Andrea and beg her to not let my daughter ride that?
Fine. You're
She's
being
fine.
a helicopter mom. Your daughter is
Does she have
an
a helmet
athlete.
on?
What?
Does she have a helmet on?
Her helmet's too small. I need to get her a new one.
She is an athlete.
It's
She's
not a proper
fine.
helmet. I've already been called out on social media one time, and I
God.
said it fits and it's good, and it
Oh,
does.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a little too small.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
She's got a head like her mom. Her mom's got a head like a Remax balloon. It's a fucking ginormous mega head.
Yeah. It's also like she's not a running back in the NFL. Like, if she's gonna fall, she weighs 50 pounds. It's
But
like
that
she's not
skateboard-
ricocheting her head off. There.
Andrea's been letting her lay on her stomach with an electric skateboard with her head at the front.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So if she slid off, she's just going to grind her face off the concrete.
Yeah, that's a little
By the way,
sketchy.
I think helmet makers should have
Face shield.
well that, and also
I
there's
just don't want her riding it. How about that?
like, let's look at the standards.
That's the easiest.
Yeah.
The standard skateboard helmet, right? Everybody's seen it before. It's the
Oh, my wife's in there.
the matte
The
black,
goddamn electric skateboard.
the matte black skateboard helmet. Everybody's
Yes.
seen it before. So that helmet is for a fat dad riding on one wheel, right? So you're going all of 8 miles an hour on the sidewalk, and so that's for that.
Yeah.
And for the guy doing the mega ramp. Remember the guy that blew his shoes off?
Yeah.
Because he pushed out a little too far. So he lands, he goes up the quarter pipe, and then literally falls down from the 3-story building, and then lands on the flat part and blows his shoes off. That guy's wearing the same helmet the fat dad with the one wheel. Like, shouldn't there be an extreme version of that
Yeah.
to protect your head more? Like, why is it the exact same one?
And why do they make bicycle helmets? Like for road bikes? Why do they make them all look fucking dumb?
Yeah.
I don't like the holes.
Yeah, why is it got to
Stupid
have
nerd holes.
An
yeah.
almond with holes.
I don't want to.
Half an almond with holes.
Remember when Jamiroquai had that fucking helmet he would wear that would move? Mm-hmm. You know, like a couple albums ago, he had one of those. That's what a bike helmet looks like. And my wife's clowning me because I said I'm talking about the electric skateboard, and she's like, "That's living."
That's living.
Yeah, she is convinced that my daughter is just a fun, athletic Florida girl, and she'd be allowed to do that.
Yeah,
And
I'm with your
we
wife,
do
man.
I know you are, and we disagree on
Wait,
the electric
what?
skateboard.
Did he just finally admit that he's with your wife?
We completely disagree on this electric skateboard because it's gonna end poorly. This is maybe the one of maybe 5 times I've been serious on the show.
Listen, everything I go to do, I think is going to end poorly. That's just what happens. You have to live your life. You have to let her ride the skateboard. She'll learn her lesson. If she falls, then she'll know
She
not to
falls
do that
all the
again.
time. She looks like a Dalmatian. Her legs are just bruised city.
Yeah. That's fine. You got to let her live her life and take some chances. You know.
That's all she does is take chances.
Yeah. Because one of my sons can't even walk in the grass now.
Oh, you better make sure that Christmas Meadow don't have any ants.
Oh, that's a Christmas nightmare.
I have to poison my whole yard.
You're gonna kill the grass.
Nah, you throw those granules out.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
old corn chips.
Yeah,
and then the
ant
ants eat
granules.
them and they die.
And then now we have to travel wherever we go with EpiPen. But by the way,
You're gonna forget, for sure.
Just take mine. I don't need it. If I die, I deserve it.
it.
I don't even care ananymore.
Well, they're all different apparently. Like, that's what I said. Is like, don't they have one at the school, like a universal one? And they're like, no, it has to be exact to his body weight and only. Like, come on.
Well, there isn't a bunch of 40-pound kids at your school. Like, I mean, I don't get it.
Also, it's a prescription. You can't just give that to any kid. good.
It's all the same, like the epi.
give him mine.
You need the epi? That's like, give him the
Just
epi.
stab-
Expensive.
Look, you just stab him with mine, but do it quick. Don't give him all of it.
I mean, what is that? Like, I'm like, guys,
You think a public school is going to give kids free medication?
you're right. They also told
You
me.
wanted to hear something sad? Back in the day at Presbyterian Day School in DeLand, Florida. I think it's still there. That's where I went. It was considered like a little private school, but my mom put me in there, and my mom was a lifelong educator. And back in the day, they did provide
Well, yeah, church will.
EpiPens for people. I remember Wes Marshall, one of my best friends, had a severe bee allergy, and they provided him with the stuff. And sure enough, he did get stung, and they had the EpiPen, and he lived.
I had to hit my inhaler before phys ed every day.
They
They
you have
tell.
asthma?
Yeah,
So
I did. I outgrew it.
See? There you go.
Okay.
in the
Tommy will grow up to be like Butler.
Oh, no.
the also like if you use the EpiPen, it says in the instructions you have to call 911
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, because
and I'm like, you have to.
Yeah,
God
yeah, but
damn
no,
it! I thought I had this.
No, it's temporary. Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
It's an en route scenario. It's
Yeah.
not a
I
you
thought-
take it and go to bed.
well, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is the
That's
antidote.
called the Michael Jackson when you take it and go to bed.
I thought it was like every movie.
where I wanna go.
It's the tiny glass ball with the cork on top is the antidote to poison, and you get it. You're thinking you're all
Oh, what,
good.
it's an orb?
no,
And you want like Merlin to then drip it into his
Well,
throat?
I just thought it was the antidote to whatever the fuck he's got, and then if I use it, it's like, all right, now we just continue our day at wherever we're at, and then you have to get a new one. or
No,
whatever.
you got to go to the hospital.
I know, they're fucking pain
Or
in
the
ass.
doctor.
Yeah.
Or,
So then
I
I'm
think
like,
you got to go to the emergency room. At least that's what they told me. I have a sheet in my car. My EpiPen is here. I guess that doesn't make sense. Where you're what you're supposed to do if I have an allergic reaction. But mine's shrimp, so I'm not going to fucking eat shrimp.
Right.
So it's not going to happen.
do we need to know where that is? Because if
It's
you're
on the back of my desk. It's near. It's near
swollen,
the
like,
titty.
oh my god, he's dying.
It's near the squishy titty,
Okay.
and then the ashtray I have where the Mexican man with the sombrero has his cock out.
It was behind the filing cabinet for 2 years, like on the
Yeah,
floor.
but like I
Well,
said, I haven't had to use it. I
I'm
don't
the
eat
only
shrimp.
one certified to administer this thing to
You
you.
aren't
'cause
certified in nothing.
I watched a YouTube video and read a little bit of the pamphlet. So
Pamphlet.
I got you, bro. If you are dying, I can stab you. No problem.
All right.
There you go.
I
Don't
hope-
let Butler and Samantha do it. They haven't read it.
Okay, you know what? I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you. You're my business partner.
Let's,
love you, man.
Let's do this shot.
I
Yeah.
threw him off. All right.
We got Ross coming up after the break.
Let me give you your echo, sir. Here you are. A little reverb.
All right, cheers to all of our BDMs for providing more fun than a bottle of Extend. So pour yourself a pint or maybe some toots, and with a little luck, you'll be knocking the boots. Rock and roll 90210.
Let's stop doing
It's the
that.
best one you've done.
Woo.
Let me tell you something about those pills. I researched it.
Extends?
Yeah, we were going to. Well, no, not extend. The ones that make your loads bigger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I got into a deep dive last night.
Those are
and
explodes.
There,
Are we going to get
there is
some of that in Spanish
no,
fly?
there is absolutely no scientific evidence that any pill on the market on Pornhub or any of that will ever increase the size of your load.
Oh, God.
Well, let's test it out.
You're supposed to increase.
I had a buddy say if you ate a bunch of celery, you get big loads.
You're supposed to.
Celery.
Celery's supposed to make it sweet. You're supposed to drink more water.
Yeah.
You're supposed to abstain from jacking off.
Oh,
Well, of course. Then you're backed up.
And the only true way is to abstain. That's the only way to make a big load. So I'm gonna go. As I'm lying, I'm dying.
Why do you want to do that?
It
I'm
might
going to
be
go
too
a full
much.
year with no ejaculating.
No way.
And I'm going to kill my wife with one giant gallon blast 2021.
It doesn't even take that long. 2 or 3 days.
No,
dude.
2021. I'm going to save it all
Well,
up.
the end of 2021.
Yeah, at the end for on New Year's night. It's not going to be a ball drop. It's going to be my wife puts her mouth on it and in kablooey.
Your body will just release at night, right? That's what
Yeah.
happens.
You think?
Yeah, no,
Well, that's why wet dreams
When's the
happening.
last time you guys have had a wet dream?
Probably like 2 years ago, I had one.
Really?
Yeah, it was embarrassing as fuck, and I didn't say a word. But I just woke up, and then I'm like, my boxers are glued to my pubes, like because it got all smeared in
Not that
there.
embarrassing, right?
It was gross, dude. It was like hot sticky.
Man.
Yeah, I felt like I had Krispy Kremes in my pants. Like,
damn.
it was a lot.
That was fresh.
Yeah, it was just like it
What are
was
you, a teenage
lot.
boy?
I know. What happened?
I told you I'm the horniest guy I know. It was everywhere. It was so much
Come
that
on.
it got into the creases of my legs.
No, that's
Like,
pee-pee
because
your
look,
pants.
No,
Did you pee-pee?
It was not pee-pee. I'm laying like this, and then my cock is little because I'm laying in bed, and then it just came down the sides of my legs.
No, come on.
So it glued all my leg pubes to my. It basically
together.
glued my thighs together.
You had dreaded your leg hairs.
Don't talk
Oh
about it.
man.
Don't talk about it. I'm the only person in the world that's brave enough to talk about it. No, this happens all the time, and guys go, oh, don't say it, don't say it. That fucking shit
I
happens.
don't think it happens to adults
yeah.
that much.
I think it's rare, very rare.
If you have a dream that's sexually explicit,
yeah.
I just wake up with a boner.
Yeah.
no, I was sleeping too well.
Oh, you're jerking it while you're sleeping.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not that
it's
talented.
like teenage boys. Your libido's so high.
It is
you're
high.
running hot.
It's so high.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing that
And-
I could be doing in here that if my wife asked me to eat her, that I wouldn't.
Come on.
Leave. I could be stabbing my daughter with an EpiPen, and I'd just drop it and run for the puss.
What if she was taking a shit and she was like,
That I would draw the line.
Okay,
at that.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you found
there it
one.
is.
You
There's the
found
line.
one.
We
Good,
found the line.
Good chopping.
hey, you know what?
So let's take a break.
Yeah. I did some bad things. Bad things. Plug something real fast while I get our music.
The True Leave promotion's still going on. If you buy anything from True Leave, just submit it into the form. It's on the top of the BDM page or on the front of TomandDan.com, and we will mail you a True Leave gift bag.
Indeed.
Filled with a bunch of stuff, and all for free. Just prove to us that you went to True Leave and got something. Get your edible recommendation. And they got some good gummies there.
They really do.
Chocolates.
I
They
like the
sell out
gummies.
fast. So
Those
you,
pineapple gummies, though.
I got the green apple. They're
Man,
delicious.
I gotta tell, the pineapple ones, they
I want
are
the chocolate, though.
tasty. Well,
It's always sold out at my store.
I have heard tell, and this is like, yes, they're full transparency. Yes, they are a client, but if I didn't like something that they had, I wouldn't talk about it. That's just how it works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their chocolate, I had a bite from somebody I know. It sells out super fast.
Yeah, it
Supposedly,
does.
it's amazing. I tasted it's good, really, really good. But I like the pineapple gummies. The taste is phenomenal.
yeah, the
Really,
perfect
really
amount of 5 milligrams. And
They got
it's
some
good.
new stuff for anxiety lately. I've been like talking to some people there and trying to dial in some strands that really help me out. So
The 10 milligram True Leave capsules. I shouldn't talk about it because they constantly sell out fast. And
Always
then
out.
I
That's the thing is like you want to talk about what you like, but then you don't want to talk about it because you don't want it
which
to be gone.
ones? The sativas? They're good.
Yeah, those sativa.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
For whatever reason, they hit me way harder than other, like
Hey,
whatever
those
are
strands.
zingers right there.
I finally figured out. Well, I'll end with this, guys. I know we're up against a break. I finally figured out something that works wonderful for me because you had told me I need a little bit of fat, right?
Yeah.
Cup of coffee, little scoop of sugar, and then I use real cream. Fat, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's got close to 6 grams of fat in it. It's just a little bit of cream, but it makes my coffee taste really creamy, yummy. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Take the pill
The
with
caffeine.
the cream, activate,
Oh, yeah.
eat my breakfast. Next thing I know, I'm out on my balcony. I'm flying. I'm flying over the earth.
Oh.
I'm like Jim Carrey in that crazy banana scary Nightmare Before Christmas or
No,
whatever.
it's what is it? A Christmas,
Christmas Carol. That is
That thing is terrifying.
terrifying.
Nobody told me that movie was fucking scary.
I think I thought I told you it was terrible.
Let me ask you. Speaking
Well,
of flying,
terrifying.
you just reminded
You want
me
to
of something.
come back and do this before?
Write it down so you don't forget.
Yeah.
We should be calling Ross right now. He's waiting for a call.
I know.
So I'll talk about flying and then how I had to tell Tommy. Like, I don't know what to tell him because his wish is to fly. So I'll tell you guys
he's a lovely boy.
later. He's like,
isn't he?
he's like, I'll use Santa's magic. All that. I'm like,
Oh, leave
Okay,
him
we'll
alone.
talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I got a flying story, too.
This particular band is called Analog Party. They are brand new. You're going to hear this band and you're going to go like, wow, these guys really like the Deftones because they kind of sound like the Deftones. And they make no bones about the fact that they are bringing you a sound that is going to be something that you would have listened to late 90s, early 2000s. And they literally tell you that. It's 2 guys. They're from L.A. I think you're really going to like this because I do. So enjoy Analog Party and we'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Man, if you're listening to this and you have a garage door, most likely, if you haven't used precision,
Yeah, it's a hunk of crap.
It's loud.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, you could hear it from the other side of your house, and like,
Yeah.
and that happened to mine too. And then I didn't even realize they could be so quiet until Precision Door was our sponsor.
It's a piece of machinery, and with
Yeah.
any piece of machinery, there's a correct way to do it,
Yeah.
and then there's a wrong way to do it. My house was bank owned when I bought it. When they slapped the garage door in there, they didn't care. They didn't balance it. They didn't level it. They
Yeah.
used cheap parts. They used a bad motor,
Yeah.
and it tore my garage door apart. Now, had I used Precision from day one, I would have a perfect garage door. I don't have it, but Precision was able to come to my place and fix it up and get it back to good. They did the same thing with Andrea's dad. They
Yep.
spent over 3 hours working on his garage door just to save him some money and make sure he didn't have to buy a brand new motor.
Yeah.
That's the type of folks that work with you at Precision Garage Door.
Yeah, we both have the Tom and Dan Silent Package, and basically what that is you'll get a new motor, it'll be Wi-Fi. You'll have an app on your phone. What's great about this is
Yep.
you could open and close your garage door from anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi or a phone. And so even if you leave your house and you do that thing where you're like, did I leave the garage
Yeah.
door open? You can check on your app and it will say open or close. You can turn the light on.
Yeah, maybe you're my wife and you just lay in bed checking that app like a paranoid crazy person.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
You can open it for people, like guests that you have come
You
over.
can give a code to people, a one-time code to people. I mean, there's
Yeah.
basically not much you can't do with it.
Yeah. And they put those plastic rollers on the garage door and balance it. So it's just so
And
so
it's
quiet.
fancy. How about
Yeah.
just being fancy? I can
Yeah.
open my garage door from my Apple Watch.
Yeah, and nobody will hear it. It's so
No.
quiet.
Got to
Yeah.
get fancy. It's Precision Garage Door. If you're a BDM, 407-710-BDMS. That's a private number just for you guys. They know you're a listener,
Yeah.
and they'll be, I mean, that gets you right through the door, front of the line.
Yep, 100%. It's 407-710-BDMS. It's Precision Door of Central Florida.
And I think one time I said Precision, and that is a totally different
No,
company.
don't-
Don't use that
No.
one. They are the worst. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It's like,
We're back.
yeah, hey.
Hey, what's up, Tom and Dan? It's me.
What's that guy's name that always calls with the crickets in the background?
Zach.
No, it's actually.
How dare you forget Zach from
I'm sorry.
Ohio.
Hey, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler are here, and guess who else is here? Mr. Ross McCoy on the line. And let me get his theme and action.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's News today brought to you by Fairvilla Megastore.
Why wouldn't it be? I love that place.
And I believe they still have the Tom and Dan candy dick dispensers.
Yeah.
Dog bones.
Yeah,
we call them
dog bone
dog bones. I
dispensers.
told my sons they were
They're
dog
candy
bones.
dicks.
Yeah.
but we call them dog bones. Maisie loves them. And,
Free with a purchase.
Doug, shut the fuck up.
Multiple locations. Go to Fairvilla.com. They got the Fairvilla Megastore over there in OBT. They got a location over on the coast, on Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee.
I
Drive down in Key West.
If you've got holes, they've got poles. It's Fair
Yeah.
Villa Megastore.
Yeah, Fairvilla will hook you up. And check out their virtual Fairvilla College that they do. They're constantly doing courses and stuff. That are
Fairvilla
cool.
U. It's cool. Yeah, you can. It's actually easier than ever to get instruction on maybe topics that you're a little bit. You might be a little embarrassed about it, but you're interested in it, and
You
it's
can do it anonymous.
Yep, completely anonymously. What's up, Ross?
They do an anal course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, Tom's.
Safe anal.
I've been trying to get Tom to take it.
I feel like what could they teach me that I wouldn't know? Like,
Well,
We're
you
just
know,
good.
you got to be safe.
How
You
to
don't
eat
want
ass.
to cause any damage back
Yeah.
there.
When to take your mask off?
Poppers.
Flare-based only. No narrow-based objects.
Okay, yeah, it gets more I thought it was just like where to put it. Like, I know.
Wow.
Step one.
I got 50-50 chance of getting it right. I guess maybe 1/3. So, how you doing, Ross?
I don't know what's happening, Ross.
Tom, did we just learn that you think dog bones are candy?
Well, I don't know what we've learned.
Yeah, I mean, he's been eating up a whole box of milk bones since the show started.
So Ross, you are a good dad. You can give me some advice. I need some father advice.
Is it foreskin again?
No, it's
Oh, it's even worse.
Oh, that got worse, by the way, Ross.
Oh, you're not going to believe this, but it's
The
five
creams.
skin.
There's all types of things I didn't even see coming.
Oh, this guy's got the creams and the five skins and the ants. He's got ants.
God. So, Ross, I was driving my sons to school this morning, and Tommy...
And they pulled their foreskins out.
Tommy said, he's like, Dad, why don't my wishes come true?
Oh my God, that is the saddest question I've ever heard.
We can end the show there. This is awesome.
It is kind of sad.
That's the funniest thing.
Holy shit.
Look at Ross.
He's processing this right now.
This is my mornings, by the way. This is what happens in the morning. So I'm like, what do you mean, Tommy? He's like, you guys say when we're at a wishing pond or whatever, like when you throw in a penny or whatever.
Hold on a second.
Huh?
I gotta stop you, man.
Wishing pond.
You go with your sons to a goddamn fucking wishing pond.
Well, like Kobe's or
Dude,
something.
just stop. You are making them so soft. And normally
They're
I would
throwing
never
coins in the
say
koi
this,
pond.
but just stop.
No, but
just stop with the wishing pond.
If they're ever near a wishing pond where like they want to throw in a penny and we're like, make a wish.
No, just go to the car and let's go home. Let's just go home.
So anyway, I'm like, what? And he's like, well, when I make a wish, the wishing pond, it never comes true. And so why doesn't it come true? And then I'm like, well, what do you wish for? He's like, I wish I could fly. And then I'm like, so then I'm like, oh shit. So then I'm like, well,
technically you've been in a plane, Tommy.
Yeah. And then I start, semantics.
Yeah, you guys are fucking
exactly.
up wishes. The best way to not fuck up wishes is to pretend like they're not real.
Well, they're not real.
Thank you.
You don't have to pretend.
I'm walking a tightrope of magic here because I can't, like...
You hate magic.
Yeah.
I know.
No, every day he starts by telling the boys every morning, he's like, and what do I say? Magic is real!
Well, I start because they're afraid. Sometimes they're afraid of monsters and zombies, and we're like, well, they're not real. Don't worry. And then, but
Santa's real.
But Santa's magic, and then so it's a constant battle.
You're doing what you hate people that like the Bible do.
Yep.
So you're picking and choosing.
So then I started explaining to Tommy. I'm like, well, you could grow up one day like TT Alex. That's his aunt, my sister-in-law.
TT
like,
Alex.
She, that's what they call their
TT,
aunt.
like
aunt. Yeah,
gotcha.
Spanish like TT.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're like, TT Alex, like, she's learning how to fly. No, this is
She's
not
as
appropriate.
white as the
I know.
pure-driven
She is,
snow.
too.
I mean, she
Beautiful,
is this Nordic.
blonde.
Beautiful blonde Nordic woman.
I was born and raised in Miami. I could literally say anything
That's
about
not how
Cubans.
that
That's how it works. I signed the contract.
What contract?
You don't know about it. You weren't born in Miami.
That's true.
So I'm like, well, you can learn how to fly like TT Alex, and then you can fly. And he's like, nah, I just want to fly. Like if he's lazy,
The plane just gets in the way.
So then I'm like, well, Max, what do you wish for? And Max like, I want a Flash costume. And I'm
Nice.
like, Flash! I'm like, what are you, Burt Reynolds? Why do you like Flash?
No, Flash is...
old-ass character.
He's the worst one.
Yeah. I'm like, stinky ass. Well, and then I'm like, well, I can get you a
Burt Reynolds costume. All right, pause.
Yes.
I can get you a
Pause.
Flash.
Everyone freeze, including Ross. Sorry, Ross. I know you don't work there anymore, but I'm just saying, freeze. We have to buy Max a tiny Burt Reynolds costume. I'm doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, so Max's wish is easily accomplished. I can get him a Flash costume, but Tommy wants to fly. So this is my question to you, Ross. What do I do? Because basically I hemmed and hawed until we got to school and they got out, and I hope they forget about it. Because I don't know.
Kids don't forget about stuff.
Why to tell him that he wishes to fly and it never happens.
Yeah, what do you say to that?
I mean, well, like I would have thought that the Tom Van method would have been just like straight cold truth right in the kid's face unblinkingly, but apparently like Santa's real now.
He got soft. He got soft.
Yeah.
Ross.
No, he did what he hates. I told you.
Yeah.
He hates it when people do that with the Bible, but he's doing it himself with just random folklore.
Yeah.
So
it's soft and easy.
So the answer is like you're a grown ass adult. Counter their bullshit with some better bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Tommy says he's at the wishing pond and he threw in a penny and he wants to fly. That's more than a penny wish, son. I am so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
go. Ross, that's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
but then I'm giving him like $100 from my
No!
wallet.
He's gotta save up his
You gotta
pennies.
save up
Yeah.
to do it.
I'm
And
gonna
then he
put this
throws
on-
it in, and then you scoop it all up and put it back in your pocket.
Well,
You gotta tell him some shit like a penny. That might get you like a Werther's original. You can wish for like a candy on a penny, but you gotta up the ante if you
Yeah.
want to fly without visible means of propulsion.
also, Travis brought something up that I'm now afraid of because Travis, when I
Monsters.
I briefly talked about this a little bit before the show started, and then Travis was like, I wanted to fly when I was a kid. I jumped off my roof, and then you hear those stories about
Bubba, Whoop-Ass Wilson did that.
Oh yeah. This is scary now.
As his character Starbuck, that's extreme mental illness and actually addiction.
I think
It's horrible.
Is this a chopper trait that thinking you could fly, jumping off your roof? Because
That's a kid thing.
It's a kid
not
thing,
all
but
kids do that.
I was here. You know what? The greatest thing I've ever accomplished is that I was smart enough to know I couldn't fly.
Yeah, now I'm worried. I'm like,
yeah.
why?
He's wishing for it. He knows he can't. He's throwing pennies in the pond trying to get it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the old never talk about it again. I'm gonna stick with that and bribery. That's all I got.
Yeah,
as a parent.
candy and just shut up.
Yeah. All right. Ross.
First
You know
story.
when he makes his Christmas list this year, make it Christmas wishes, and then give him a bunch of that shit, and then say, "Look, wishes do come true sometimes. Maybe it's the fucking pond that's
Dude.
broken."
Ah.
Yeah, he's giving you great
Yeah.
outs. I mean, this guy, like, Ross is literally poker playing and showing you how to win the hand.
Yeah, but Tommy's gonna start wishing for shit like I wish I could fly. I wish I didn't have an ant allergy. So I'm like, God damn, I can't do anything.
No, but like he said, some of them happen, some of them
Right.
don't.
What if he wishes for all that can't
You
happen?
can't. You have to put a limit on it, dude. You're giving two. Why do you let him run your life?
Thank you,
Fucking
amen.
lawyer? It's like you're on his side.
Be like, you can wish for everything as long as one I could buy on Amazon. That's the rules. All right, Ross, what do we got?
One achievable.
Hey, you know what else works is fake Google. Tell him you looked it up on Google and fucking wishing ponds don't work. That's bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I would eliminate the wishing pond thing. I'm with Ross on this one. Just kill wishing pond. Say, hey, I was looking at the reviews on wishing ponds. 1 star. Never do again.
Yeah. They are stupid. I hate wishing ponds.
Now we're back to what I said.
Yeah.
I'm the good one. First story.
Now I got news, or I got a story for you guys. You want a story?
All right, let's do a story.
Yeah, it's not like good enough for stand up, but you guys put so much stuff out there. It'll do it for you guys.
Yeah.
So, when the lockdown started, me and my wife both took some fitness initiatives, and mine was I got a pair of roller skates.
I
got a
remember
pair
that.
I went back to quads. I got myself a nice pair of quads, and they kind of sat there for a while. But in the last month or two, I've been breaking out the quads, and I've been skating. And lately, my new thing has been I take the dog out for a skate. And
Are you
Yes,
are you skating around your neighborhood?
yeah, so the thing about my street is it was put down in the 50s, maybe, and it's a beautiful little piece of Florida. It's like asphalt mixed with crushed shell. It's beautiful.
All right.
It's like a super cool little street. Fucking abysmal to skate on. It's horrible to skate on.
It's all coquina shells.
Yeah.
Spraying
But it
asphalt.
looks great.
Yeah. The asphalt is coming off big chunks, like a marble size, everywhere.
Maisie got a piece of asphalt stuck under her finger like a splinter. And I had to pull,
Ow.
I had to pull it out with tweezers. Asphalt is not to be fucked with.
You know, you live on an old Florida road where you can't even tell where the road ends and the people's grass begins. It's just all infused together.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not. There's no.
It's like
line.
video game boundaries. It's like it just mushes into the next thing.
We got a guy up the street that has an edger and edges our whole street once a week. Otherwise, we would have that going on. It is that street. And me and the dog, our thing is we go up the street, and you've been here, Ty. It's a dead end street, so there's only one way out. So
Yeah.
we go up to the end where you get out, and then right across the street, they just knocked down an old dilapidated gas station and put in a dentist office.
Cool.
And the dentist put in a real nice parking lot. So that's where we go skate and walk around, right? And so this was last Saturday. We'd been at trivia.
Yeah.
Our Bart Merrick realtor sponsored team won trivia that night. I was maybe a couple
Nice job.
champagnes deep.
Yeah.
Put skates on, get the dog harnessed up, and we start rolling down the street, and we get right when we get to the end of the street, like I said, dead end. So we come to the T-bone. Right as we're about to get to the T-bone, a cat rounds the corner at full speed, just out of nowhere, a cat. And so the dog sees the cat sees the dog. They both freeze, right? I'm standing on 8 wheels, so I kind of coast a little bit, like to where I'm like, the dog had been ahead of me like a dog does, and like, so I'm kind of even to like passing the dog now. And like, I thought it all through and I knew what was going to happen. And my first instinct was drop the leash. That's the smart move. And then the champagne took over, and I was like, no. All I got to do is turn. The cat's going to run. Shadow's going to chase the cat, and it'll be a ride. It'll be fun.
Yeah, propel.
Oh yeah, do the old. It's literally pulling you
I believe it's technically called the off we go.
Literally like a dog sled.
Yeah,
which is like kind of what I've been trying to get Shadow to do, but she's like lazy. She runs with me. She'll pull me a little bit, but the minute I start coasting, she can feel it and she's over it. You know, she's like, pull your own weight, fatty. So like that's never happened.
Yeah,
I was about to say it's not 8 reindeer pulling it. It's one. Oh yeah.
So it's one dog.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedian to pull there.
So I did the math wrong on that, and what actually happened was Shadow. Like I said, I kind of coasted past her. She ducked behind me to run around the front of me to the cat, and it did that move where it basically wrapped my arm and the leash around my own legs.
Oh no!
And then when she took off for the cat, it clotheslined me right at the fucking knees and took me down.
You didn't get hurt, did you? Do you wear pads?
So I go fully fucking padded. Like I got wrist, I got knee, I got elbow. I do not have upper back and neck pad, sadly. And that's
I wish I could get my daughter to wear full pads, because skating is actually quite enjoyable when, if you fall, you don't get skinned up. It's not that bad just to fall over.
Like it's not my first tumble, Reese. I've fallen and it's been fine with the pads, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this hit an unpadded area.
Also, it helps if when you're a kid and you weigh 50 to 80 pounds, you're not coming down with that much force.
Well, you also land
grown adult.
You land with what I feel like is less. You're not as scared. Like when I fall as an adult, like when I fell off the electric skateboard, the one that makes me angry at my wife and daughter, I fell really hard because when I knew I was in the air, I was terrified. Because I hit so hard, you know, but when kids land, they just kind of land, you know, they're kind of bouncy.
They also react as they fall, they absorb the fall. It's like once you get too old, once you start falling, you just give up. You're like, I hope I don't die.
Just count me.
You're like, this is going to break my hip.
I remember as a kid constantly falling on my knees, skinning my knees, getting up and being like, okay, and just rolling, you know, no big deal.
That's the way it goes.
Imagine if you just went from a standing position and you just fell onto your knees. You know how much that would hurt?
Oh, I've done that before as a kid. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
As an adult, I would have to take time off from work.
Well, you did that move where you ran and slid on your knees?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and there was like, it's...
Andrea did that at the Polish Club in DeLand, Florida, when her Bob Shett and Jeju were president and like first lady of the DeLand Polish American Club, and she had on a tracksuit, and she did it on their, like, I guess their fellowship hall floor, and then she burned holes in her nylon tracksuit that melted the nylon to her knees.
Last week? I hope this happened.
It was last week, yeah. It was actually, we're getting a divorce.
Ross.
So I get up out of the street, right? And I don't know, last Saturday was a little bit chilly, and I did the old man. Did I break anything? Do I need to just call 911 right fucking here? Limped home on the skates, got the skates off, and like I go to climb into bed, and so I just hurt my back muscles really bad. It was kind of chilly, so like they were also contracting, and that was kind of making me go like like, you know, like cold. I was kind of like cold and hurt at the same time. So I was like, you know that thing you do, you might not know it, Tom, when you're cold, sometimes you go like, you know, you get like
you
get like contractions from it.
Yeah,
and so I tried crawling into bed like that, and my wife, I think, thought I was about to die of alcohol poisoning.
This is happening. Get him a Bud Light. The hospital does it.
They do.
So, what's the first story, Ross?
Right. Let's go to India. Do you guys remember Baby Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, remind me who that is.
Superstar.
Oh my god.
That was our intern.
Baby Jessica, late 80s, maybe early 80s even. Like this little girl fell down a well, and it was like viral news, before computers.
It was like 24 hours a day on CNN.
What's going on with Baby Jessica? Turns out nothing. She's at the bottom of a fucking well, and it was just like that for like a week until they got her out.
I do remember the well baby when I was a kid, and it being on the news. And it was back when you thought things were going to end up okay. Because I remember even as a kid, I was like, they'll get her out. Like now, I wouldn't think that would be like this is going to end the worst way possible.
I'm a sucker for a good trapped in something story. Chilean miners, Baby Jessica. Put something.
I remember the Boy Scout troop in the cave.
Those guys. But you put somebody where they shouldn't be and they could die, and I'm watching. I love it.
And then a rescue attempt.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
It turns out most Boy Scout troops were in danger at most times, it seems.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Help, I'm trapped under this man.
No.
They're like,
if only Elon Musk could make a submarine, he could fit me in and fire me out of here.
Oh, no.
So, you know what was different about Baby Jessica, too, Tom, is that, like, you were just watching it at home, unconcerned. She was in actual real danger, but the media kind of downplayed it at the time because it would be like a super bummer if like this baby died on live TV. But like now, if like a baby was like kind of trapped, they'd play up all the ways that this baby could possibly die if it doesn't happen right. Like you were saying with those kids trapped in the they were like, here's how they'll drown if it happens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
And if she wanted to save herself, she would have needed to wish in a wishing fountain and wish to fly out of the well.
You're right. It's over drama.
Yeah, it would have been
nowadays,
something like that, right? Like everything. That's why I'm just kind of done with stuff. Like I'm just kind of done with it. I'll read some British news here, and I'll go to AP, Reuters, read a little bit, and then I'll just peace out.
India, more than 50 responders from Forest Department, Fire Rescue Service, police. They trapped in a well, rescued a 55-foot deep well. They rescued an elephant, you guys.
What?
Wow.
Why is my... I'm sorry. That's mean, but I'm just saying... It's big, and it's gonna take a lot of resources to get it out. So I would do the math, and I would say, well, is it a special elephant? And they're like, no, it's just an elephant. And I'm like, well, okay. How much money will it cost to get it out? And once we get it out, what do you think
it's worth
it will do, or what? And then
Yeah, just fill it in.
Stone cold counterpoint, Dan. How comfortable are you going to be drinking water out of this well with the fucking elephant decaying in it?
Yeah, if that is my well, then we got to get him out.
I feel,
fair enough.
I feel the same way when I see a firefighter like cutting out some sort of pipe because there's a bunch of baby ducks inside.
Yeah, I do too.
You're cutting the city's sewer lines for baby ducks.
The pipe is worth more than the ducks.
Like how many? You're with a saw. There's 14 people sitting around. You're cutting for a baby duck.
Now with that, if they were
just fill it in,
like with
or
that,
blow them out or something. I mean, what are we doing here?
I mean, if they were going to run I-4 right through our studio, and they were like, "We have to kill you guys to do that," it's like it's necessary for the nation. I would be mad, but I would accept my fate. I would accept my fate.
Also, I know firefighters. They don't give two shits about baby ducks. They're fucking real men.
I'm virtually
They're doing it because the news is filming them.
Okay, here's a hot take, and I vowed to not do these on Fridays, but most of my firefighter buddies, most of my firefighter buddies have a video of them crushing a baby duck on their phone. I'm virtually certain they have.
Oh my
that.
god!
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Freddie.
I'm kidding. I just feel like some baby ducks.
He's a sweet, handsome man.
Like if any of these baby ducks got stuck in the firefighter shotgun, they'd be like, "Pull the trigger." They're fucking up my shotgun. Like they're not cutting out. They got the big old fucking saw. Anyway, sorry, Ross.
And Crew 10 downtown is the baby duck crushers.
So, like you're using the big ass jaws of life. You're eroding this Orange County sewer system.
Yeah.
So they got the elephant out, huh?
This thing, it was stuck. The villagers were feeding it leaves. They were just dropping it leaves to feed it while it was stuck down there. And they brought, like I said, more than 50 people. Vet tranquilized it. They got a hoist around it, and they hoisted it out.
And now, like, okay. This is what I want to happen. I want him to hoist it out.
Yeah.
And then they set it down, and everybody cheers, and then it collapses and dies.
Look, I gave it too much.
It's my favorite. My favorite thing, like that video of them. There's a legendary one about the bird that was nursed back to like rehabilitation. They saved it. They fixed its wings, and then they release it, and it flies out, and then a hawk swoops down and literally sinks its talons into his jugular, and it's blood crazy.
There's another one where they
a seal
rehabilitate, I think, a hawk, and when they let it loose, it gets hit by a semi.
I've seen that.
It's terrible.
No, we've done that one on A Mediocre Time. Yeah.
But by the way,
it flies into a semi. I remember that.
In all movies and then rescue scenarios, they always have to lower down someone who's either going to inject the tranquilizer or wrap the hoist around the victim or whatever. But it's always the guy, and that guy's got balls, by the way, because they're lowering him down with some sort of like harness, and it's just they're lower. They're like, here's the needle. Like it could go fucking crazy. like we don't know.
Just so you know, Steven, this seal could bite your tits off.
So you got a headlamp on it. And you're getting lowered down into a goddamn well, and there's a mad, terrified elephant down there.
I feel like you do because you're like, I don't give a fuck. Lower me down.
No,
some of that grapefruit White Claw. Oh yeah.
No. I'm not volunteering. I'm filling in. I'm like, I'm with you. What is this elephant going to do? What are we doing here?
Drop a grenade.
You guys will learn. You guys will learn when you take that Fairvilla anal class. Anything that you get in there, you can get out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
What else we got, Ross?
All right. Hopefully, you guys haven't talked about this yet because it seems like the perfect subject for you guys. Last night, the news broke that the Vatican is investigating why the Pope's official Instagram account liked a photo of Brazilian model Natalia Garibaldi. Garibodo.
Okay. We're going to look up what she looks like.
The picture was of her dressed in a school uniform outfit, according to the BBC.
Oh, is this a confused old man likes...
All right.
Oh, that's a picture. Okay, no.
Holy fucking shit. Ross, I apologize. I'm going to turn your camera off for just a second so I can show the people on Twitch who
Can we show that? Can we show that?
Yeah, it's just ass.
I don't know. Juan, can I show
quickly
that?
tell us if we can show
Juan,
this
can
ass.
I show this?
3, 2,
oh my,
1,
Ross,
no.
Jesus Christ,
It's a
this ass
basketball.
is glorious. Jesus Christ.
When you first told me this, I hadn't seen the
He
photo.
said it's fine.
I thought that it was just a the Catholic schoolgirl sexy outfit. And
it is news. This is news. This is from...
And it was on Instagram. So.
Yeah. I thought that he got confused and thought it was like a real Catholic school, but this is full
What if
on
he
ass.
scroll? Well, he's got to be following her to see it, though, right?
I mean, doesn't that make you like the Pope more that you know he's normal?
this Pope is a bit cooler, right?
No, but it makes me...
He's not in control of his own
but it
Instagram.
makes me think it's normal. If the Pope was like I like a big ass, I'd be
Right.
like, okay, well, like you got to stop your pedophile cult. You gotta,
Right.
you gotta
Well, he can't do it. I mean, there's a certain set of rules. You can't just, they're already mad enough that he said gay marriage is fine.
They made him.
He can't be liking big Brazilian asses. Like,
Do you ever go to Twitter and
This is
watch
exactly-
what people say when the Pope does something liberal? Oh, it's
Yeah.
really
This is what the ultra religious say the slippery slope is. Like, the first,
Oh, you got to pull that down, Dan.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're like, first thing he's going to say gay marriage is fine. Then he's going to be liking big Brazilian asses. Like, this is the slippery slope they talk about.
God.
Look, that is a creation of God.
Also, he doesn't run his own Instagram, right? He's got there's people that do that. For
He's
him.
got a guy.
Yeah.
He's got a guy.
So the guy fucked up and accidentally liked this. How does that?
That's a good butt though.
Yeah.
That lady's hot.
How?
I'm in.
are we so?
I'm Catholic suddenly. It's
Okay.
weird.
This is okay. So in one aspect, like there's so many, like especially with important shit like nuclear weapons and other things that we have certain redundancy plans codes to make it like two people have to turn at the same time. And another person has like there's all
checks and balances
with everything, but except for social media where we allow all our world leaders to just say whatever the fuck they want, and like even the Pope, I'm sure, is pissed off that whoever's in charge of his social media account either did this by accident or some shit happened. Right? How are we able to still make mistakes?
No, but Christine in her Twitch chat room, I think, nailed it. She says, I've accidentally reacted to an Instagram story just because my thumbs are at the bottom of the screen. It happened to me on the BDM poker tournament last night. I was playing the poker tournament. I knew I was getting, the blinds were moving up, and they were getting, it was like 100, 150 big blind, small blind was 100. And I knew that, like, I was going to get blinded out because I didn't have a lot of coin. I think I had like 3,200 or something like that. Then some guy went he raised at 1,600, and not knowing what I was hitting.
You thought it just said check, and it was check raise.
It was check raise 1,600. So I would have been in longer. My goal was to try and play with Tom, which I never did. He won, by the way, motherfucker.
But wouldn't that Instagram post have been aggregated to like a normal viewing? Like that just doesn't pop up for the Vatican for the Pope.
He must have been
following or seeing like posts just like that. Yeah, or search that. So like,
what if they put his name in it? It would pop up, right?
Tagged him? Yeah.
That's how it would pop up. It pops up, and then he touches
That'd
it, and then it
be
gives it a
bold as
like.
fuck. To tag the Pope?
No, I tag people and shit all the time. You know, you do. Let's say we do a show, and then I tag.
Oh yeah, well, this guy's a super famous person.
Yeah, this guy's like literally.
But if you're verified, does that happen like that?
Ross, how do you think it happened?
We've done a little research here over at Mediocre News, and we think the most likely scenario is that Instagram has a search feature, and it learns a lot about you real quick. If you learn it, if you look at like one yoga model doing a split, it will suddenly send you hundreds, if not thousands, of them. So like. Yeah, it says here, Pope's account's managed by a team of employees. Somebody was just scrolling through.
I like it.
Yeah.
I double-clicked instead of scrolling by.
Or they did that move, which I've done before, where this is what's the problem with pop-ups and social media, is that you used to be able to Instagram, like, double-click, and it would zoom in.
No, you got
to pinch.
That's where I get confused. Because I'm trying to look at
iPads.
I'm trying to look at fart gas mask at goddamn Blue Springs.
You don't need to zoom in on that. That thing's big.
You can zoom in if you want to see lipids.
And then I like the photo of her. I'm like, shit.
Well, why wouldn't you like it?
Well, he doesn't want his son seeing that.
Well, she's
got a pumpkin stem in her asshole.
I look like a pervert. Other people
are a pervert, though.
Are looking at like, why does this guy like the ass?
Fart gas mask put a pumpkin stem with a condom on it in her asshole.
Don't talk about it. It's our OnlyFans. That's a
you gotta
private.
pay for that.
You can subscribe. No, she gave me a couple freebies. But she's a friend.
If you're gonna fuck a pumpkin, at least
great tits. Great tits and a great ass.
What I'm saying is, with ultra important people's social media pages, why don't they have some sort of redundancy where
like a safeguard?
The people that do this for them or whatever, because I'm sure if I'm the Pope, like, why the fuck do you do that? You idiot! Like, just make a program where everything has to be verified before it goes out or something. There has to be like
this is my idea for sports. This was my company idea for a Twitter, like a third-party Twitter account verification company that your tweets go to this bank of people that make better decisions than you do, and they adjust your tweets to make sure you don't say anything bad.
Or they just don't let you
be a lock mode.
Lock
mode, and you can't like or favorite anything. You can just scroll through.
I just feel like it's too willy-nilly. You get the fucking all the leaders of all countries, the goddamn Pope. Everybody's got social media, and it's easy to make mistakes. Like You know
what I think is weird? Just purely weird. Just like I'm not taking a side. I'm not getting into politics at all. It's weird to have a way that you can communicate with people where the head of the Taliban can jump on and say, I am going to blow your brains out and destroy your country, and you will rot in hell. And then I'm just sitting there at fucking Applebee's reading the fucking head of the Taliban while I'm getting a gummy bear margarita. But also, he's telling me that he's gonna that's weird, right?
There's a lot of
fucking weird
issues going on right now with TikTok because the cartel is on TikTok.
Yeah,
and they're showing killing people on TikTok.
It's the only thing
people have been reporting it, and literally they will get a message back from TikTok saying it does not go against their standards.
Do you know how hard it is to kill somebody while you're doing that dance? You're like, here is the suit and stab, something burned alive.
Ross, what else?
The guy that's Oreo wouldn't stop crying. Sorry.
What else you got, man?
Oh, yeah, I just got word the pumpkin in the ass is part of advanced anal at Fairville Union.
Put a condom on
it. Put a condom on it.
That's the most disturbing part of all of it.
No, you don't want to get any gourd particles in
I
your
agree.
bottle.
I agree. If you're going to stem it, you got to put a condom on.
If you're going to stem it, you got to...
Rim it.
Rim it? I was going to say rim it.
Wrap it?
Yeah, wrap it. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Tom. It's that time of year again. We got the National Toy Hall of Fame inductees.
Yes, I love these,
man.
Ross. Yeah.
So, what do we got?
You do remember that you always hate these. Okay, I thought I might have to remind you.
I mean, I'm just not like a fan of toys.
Tom is gone
babies.
Full asshole curmudgeon dickhead.
One wheel, how dare you? That is not a toy. That is for transportation. And under the letters of the law, technically, I could claim it's for
ADA compliant.
It assists me in transportation. Therefore, I can ride it on
one
bike
of our
paths.
listeners said that one of our listeners
they
called
can't say anything.
One listener in the Twitch chat room said that you are R-word Gizmo Duck.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was very, very, very mean. Very mean.
So
Blatherskite. All right, the toys are Baby Nancy.
What's that?
You're probably not familiar with. It was the number one selling black doll in Los Angeles, 1968, and the next year made history. The first doll with an afro hairstyle. It's like a little black baby doll, basically.
Oh, cool. Right. Cute.
So it's like the first one that's universally popular or whatever.
Kind of broke a door down, I would imagine.
Also making the cut, Jenga.
Yeah.
Little rectangles of wood that you stack. Jenga.
You know, I like Jenga, but I another hot take on a Friday. Apologize for two. I do not like jumbo bar-sized Jenga. I don't like it. And here's why I hate it. Because undoubtedly, I'm playing it, and I'm out for a fun time without my kids, but my Jenga is going to fall on your kid. And then you're going to get mad at me. It's happened 3 times to me. I've had my Jenga fall on somebody's infant. I'm not doing it anymore.
Why is the infant so close?
Because people
don't watch their kids.
Yeah, people just come out and they just let their kids go crazy. Look, I have kids, so I'm allowed to complain. I'm just saying, I ain't playing no more because your kids get in the way.
Your kids ruin Jenga for Dan.
Not Jenga. Jumbo Jenga.
Jumbo Jenga.
Bar Jenga is the number 2 cause of infant mortality in Florida.
Right behind drowning in pools.
What happened to just going to the bar and getting fucked up? You sit in that, you say quietly,
Best
and you
thing
get fucked up.
said.
And if a sport event is on or something else, you just look at the TV quiet.
Sam and I were walking to lunch yesterday, and it's quiet, and we're walking to Publix, and I say to her, I've gotten to the point in my life where I just like to sit in a chair and get fucked up.
Yeah, you did say that.
That's what old men like to do. Don't play that goddamn giant Jenga shit. What the hell, a baby? So sit here and get fucked up and forget about my problems.
All right, well, then you're going to love the final toy, Tom. Simplicity itself. Inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame 2020, Sidewalk Chalk.
That's not a toy.
Man, he just took in a big anger deep breath.
That's not a toy.
He took in all the good shit and he's blowing out all the bullshit.
That is a writing utensil.
Yeah,
my daughter. I got to tell you though, if you want to get my daughter to leave me alone for maybe 20 minutes, Sidewalk Chalk is the number one go-to. I've given it to your sons and all the friends. Remember, we did the parade 2 years ago when shit was normal, and I handed out Sidewalk Chalk, and we could drink. It was a fucking antidote.
Now, I was surprised that you and Andrea were okay with sidewalk chalk because I did equate it to letting my kids run around in strangers' people's grass, the front yards,
Why?
and do snow.
How is that the same?
Because
Private property versus public property.
just drawing all over
All
the
right.
street,
Okay.
and then you leave it, and it's like, oh yeah, the rain will eventually wash it off, but
Yeah.
it'll be there for days. Like,
Oh, yeah.
my kids drew all over our driveway.
They did. It was weird having to wash off all their Proud Boy, like,
Oh my god.
all the slogans. It was like, you know,
Like,
stand by,
What is-
stand
need more
proud.
red and blue in that flag.
Yeah,
So
it's interesting.
It stays for a long time. I'm
Well,
surprised
yeah.
that you could just are cool with drawing
I mean,
all over
there-
the public streets.
There are good kids and bad kids. While your sons were doing their Proud Boy installation, Maisie's George Floyd tribute piece
Right.
on the wall was lovely.
So now, does someone get a actual like a credit for sidewalk chalk or the invention of that, or like?
Well, the inventor of chalk.
Right.
But does it just become like, all right, sidewalk chalk by a particular company who started
Is
it?
chalk different than chalk?
No, it's just colored.
You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, how dare you? You're
Yeah,
fired.
You know, you're racist. Yeah, we fire
That's what did it?
We fire racists around here.
Yeah.
And, how dare you?
I would imagine it's Crayola.
Also, Jenga, there's a company, like an actual company invented Jenga and has the rights to it,
Yeah.
and only.
Who invented Jenga?
John Jenga.
You know what? You're
Yeah.
fired now, too.
Yeah, you know what?
Both of
It's
you.
only us now.
It's the way it's supposed to
Leslie
be.
Scott.
We'll be rich for 2 weeks,
Invented
then everything will fall apart.
Jenga.
Leslie Scott invented Jenga.
Yeah, the co-founder of Oxford Games.
Can you get us an interview with Leslie Scott? Michael Scott's wife?
Can you just sell blocks in a box and then people can buy it and do whatever
No,
they want?
Dr. Seuss has a patent on that.
No, but seriously, or will you get sued by the Jenga Corporation because they have a patent on this particular game?
No, they sell knockoffs in Marshalls
Yeah,
and
that's
Ross's
true.
all the time.
So you could just sell the Jenga blocks as long as you don't.
Call it Jenga.
Yeah.
They call it
Janky.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
All
it's
right.
like buying generic Lego. It's like Bobo.
Bickman.
That kind of sucks for that company, though, right? Because it's easy to rip off, and then I think my sons have a generic Jenga, and
Castleberry Jenga.
it just came in a block.
You got to cut your own.
Oh man.
It comes with a stump and a saw, and it's cut your own Jenga. That's a funny gag
I
gift.
wish they had name brand Jenga and it didn't happen.
Also, you shouldn't be allowed to flick the pieces out. That's cheating.
Yeah, that is cheating.
Yeah, I don't let you do
No
that.
flickers.
Yeah, I don't.
Excuse me? Yeah, you're fired.
It's only Daniel.
It's just me.
Ross is hired now.
Hey guys, it's just me. And, just kind of sitting here. Everybody else got fired for saying some racist. Oh, here comes Ross.
What else we got, Ross?
All right, listen to remember Chalk won. This is who it beat, and I don't know who's doing this fucking voting. Yahtzee,
What?
Bingo, Briar. These are the losers this year. This was like who was nominated did not win. Tamagotchi, Light
Oh,
Bright,
Tamagotchi should have
Right.
won.
Light Bright?
Risk, and personally insulting to me, Masters of the Universe, knocked out by Chalk.
Wow.
No, I would say
This is ridiculous.
He-Man, just because of the amount of people I know now that still enjoy it, and then also, what was the other one you said that it was something like huge?
Light Bright.
Light Bright's huge.
Yeah.
They got Bingo, Risk, Yahtzee.
Risk. No, Risk is a legendary game. The game is always different. I know Ross likes Risk because I like Risk. I played it with my dad. It's super crazy. It can be as complicated or as easy as you want.
4-hour fucking game.
Yeah, but again, playability.
Yeah.
It's different every time. It's super crazy. You know, like it's bullshit that Jenga wins over Risk. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Most of the major fights in my family were not caused by sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
The only thing you mentioned in that list that is stupid is the Tamagotchi.
How dare you, sir?
Digital
Tamagotchi.
pets.
I'll die on
That
this
is
hill.
stupid.
You better not say that to Cadillac Pat.
I remember in the 90s, it was just a stupid, because we didn't have the technology back then. You just pushed a button, like, oh, it's hungry, push this button. It's stupid. Like what?
We're learning
how
a
is
lot
it entertaining?
Today. We're learning a lot about your tolerance.
Well, I'm
level.
saying Yahtzee at
it's
least
fun.
Risk. It's a game. It's just a stupid little toy.
You take care of it.
Yeah.
You push the
it's
button.
responsibility. Maybe you could learn a little bit.
Yeah.
But is that fun? Is it? No.
Well, when you do it well and your Tamagotchi grows.
Right.
It's Tamagotchis are stupid.
Okay. Put that on a
They're
shirt.
the worst toy out of that list. I will say.
How do you
that,
feel
though.
about nano babies?
I don't know what that is, but I'll put it in the same category. Stupid.
What's a nano baby?
It was like the later version of a Tamagotchi.
Oh.
It was an actual little baby, and then they had the talking nano baby, which got stolen out of my backpack in 5th grade. I was very
Oh,
upset.
I'm getting you for Christmas
Very
a talking
upset.
nano baby.
No, no one wants it.
I actually do.
Don't promise that. I was looking for a vintage Tamagotchi the other day, and they're fucking expensive.
Yeah,
man.
they are, man.
I got a guy that's got one that's still in the box, believe it or not.
Make sure the battery's not in it.
Nice.
He took the battery out. It has no battery in it. That's how old it is.
Hold on, are you guys saying that Tamagotchis are actually cool? They're not. They're horrible, right?
I'm Team Tom.
I love them.
I've never been anti-Tamagotchi because I always liked, I'm the type of guy that falls into liking a lot of that weird Japanese bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that stuff.
Well, yeah, but you look like the art of the toys, and like I can understand
and
that.
I like the little 8-bit, LCD. It'd be LCD styled Tamagotchi screen, and you touch it and you could see it, all the digital juice spilling around.
Digital juice. That's nothing. You push a button, and they're
No,
like,
no,
"All
no.
right,
The screen.
I'll
If you
beep in another
tapped
10
it-
minutes.
No,
Okay.
the screen was LCD. If you tapped it, you could see the black ink that was underneath there that had to be illuminated by, I guess, a current of some sort. I don't really know how it works.
Pressing on your
An old
TA81.
calculator.
Yeah. It's like, I'm into it, but that's because I'm just a better human being than Tom.
What else we got?
The only baby I've ever wanted is a nano baby.
Oh my God! How about a Dano baby?
Weird.
That was
Now you're fired. Rob, you're the only one left.
You're actually
now I got fired.
You're actually promoted.
What? Yes, I'm president.
What else we got?
Have you guys talked about Lil Wayne lately?
No.
Not since he got his photo made with our current sitting president, but that was weird.
Okay. He's been convicted of a felony in the past, right? He's a former felon.
Oh yeah.
So he's not allowed to own firearms. Sorry, my old iPad is taking a shit here. He was charged in Miami, Tom, in federal court last week. He got charged for possessing a firearm and ammunition by a felon. Apparently, he got onto a plane and they found a gun in his luggage. I'm only telling you this story because I wanted to read this sentence that his lawyer said. Carter is charged with possessing a gold-plated handgun in his luggage on a private plane.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
That's I forgot it. Was there a scenario?
Well, it happened to your wife all the time in the moving business, right?
Yeah.
Like where people would pack things up that they shouldn't pack up, and they get flagged, and the next thing you know, you get an incident.
Although you should be able to be allowed to fly with whatever you want in your own private plane.
In a private plane,
you know.
I feel like if it's your plane and you're on it, you
I guess
should
you
be
could
allowed
still-
to carry a gun.
You can still hijack, I guess,
Absolutely,
the whole, that's what they're worried about.
Well, some people do like ride shares. He could have like other people in that plane.
Lil Wayne, why?
It was more about the previous felony. He couldn't have a gun
Right.
with his
Right.
Yeah. Again, though, why, Lil Wayne? Like, why are you making your life more complicated? Because at this point, with how rich Lil Wayne is, you got bodyguards.
What's he worth now?
They all got guns, and so it's just like. Now I understand it could be a mistake, like there's just someone in your entourage put a gun in your bag, and then therefore it's in your possession.
Extremely unlikely.
$150 million.
Yeah, no.
God damn! I don't think I knew that guy had. I mean, I've always been a fan, and I know he's getting
Did he
older
produce
now.
a lot of other?
And he writes for a lot of people,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's been rapping since he was 9 years old.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wow.
I mean, you got unlimited money, and it's like, why are you going through this hassle? It's
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's like, but like rich, and this is a stereotype, but like rich old white guy, especially lawyers, getting DUIs all the time and shit. It's like, why aren't you hiring a driver? Like, just have a driver. It
Now-
doesn't make any sense.
now-
Why are you getting a DUI?
I don't believe. Now, I might be remembering this inaccurately, but I thought I remembered Dan Newland's girlfriend or wife getting pulled over for a DUI and then he was following her. And then he pulled over, and then he pulled the old "Do you know who I am?" thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Dan Newland
I
type
might
thing.
be wrong, but I just gotta say, as far as like a local guy that follows local news, I love those.
Yeah.
They're my favorite.
Well, they'll work 9 out of 10 times, but that one time
Yeah.
they'll get you on the video segment.
Yeah,
And
like
then it
Reese
doesn't
Witherspoon.
work. Yeah.
But you have when that happened to Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah,
Here's the
I
thing.
lost some respect for her, and I'm a
But
fan.
you said you like it. She did exactly what you said you
do like it, but I like it for entertainment. It doesn't make me like the person
Gotcha.
more.
But statistically, you have to try it because it works 9 out of 10 times. Because usually the problem is body cams and all the cameras fucked it all up.
Yeah.
The cops can't let celebrities go nowadays.
Yeah, they can't.
God
wow,
damn
that's
it.
your stance on body cams. Okay.
20 years ago, we have
it was
15
great.
years. You can let go of anything. You're drunk in the bear. I'll keep on driving. So it doesn't like they.
He's right.
They would let.
I was going to my birthday party at Silver Glen. That everybody was going out there, and they had a boat and everything. And I was driving in my dad's Maxima at the time. I was young, man. I think it was like 22. And I got pulled over by a cop, and he knew where I worked, and he gave me the old "Hey, I just ran your number," and "Hey, happy birthday! Get on out of here and go get fucked up for me." And away I go.
Oh, yeah.
Best ever.
When I was a teenager, it was a sub-state. We could give all the cops free subs, and then every time we got pulled over or got caught with a weed pipe, they let us
Done.
go because we give the cops free subs. And that was
Make you guys feel good about it? Or
that was the deal.
No, it made me feel good about myself.
That was the deal.
Yeah,
With free subs, you look the other way with the weed pipe,
true.
or you crush it or take
It's
it or
true.
whatever. You just let us go.
And in turn, when I'm sitting
You
at
can't do it
Subway with my
nowadays.
mom and dad getting a sandwich, if you happen to be a Volusia County Sheriff's officer and you walk into Subway and you're using the water cup to steal Coca-Cola,
Right.
I don't fucking point it out.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the world works. The world is absolutely held together by a series of give and take fucking blowjobs.
Yeah.
And that's a Mr. Show sketch. Look it up.
So, what story was this? I really lost track.
I don't know, but I want to point out Ross's bandana is a
Lil Wayne and the gun.
It is a Sunday morning coming down bandana,
nice.
and I would like to point out if you guys you asked for behind the scenes, Tom and I got an actual Nashville soccer club commercial cut by our good friend Joseph Martin, who hosts Sunday Morning Coming Down, and we got all that put together, and I edited it, and we sent it down to Nashville. So we still write commercials for other soccer clubs. So there you go.
So, Ross, you got another story? Last story?
Yeah, I got one last story for you guys. California, this guy running a pyramid scheme. He's accused of stealing $35 million from a church, no less. The FBI is coming to get him. I don't know, I don't have the information of how he became aware that the FBI was on the way, but he jumps in a truck and takes off. They're chasing him. It's around a lake, right? Are you nodding because you heard this one already, Tom?
No, we didn't talk about it, but I'm laughing because I did hear the story. So go ahead because it's funny.
So this guy's FBI chased him. He's in a pickup, drives off the road twice. Then they see him get out of the truck, something in his hand, and he jumps into the lake. He tried to get away on a Yamaha 350 Li. It's an underwater scooter, sort of like the one in that one James Bond movie where James Bond, Octopussy or whatever that was, it can reach speeds of 4 miles an hour, can get down to 100 feet underwater, and this guy tried getting away from the FBI on it. They were able to track him by bubbles.
Yes.
They just followed him around and watched the bubbles came up, and then when he ran out of juice, he had to come to the top.
Dude, this is pretty great, though, right?
Do you want to see this thing, Tom?
I know
badass.
all about these, but I'm not.
There it is.
I'm
Look
not
at,
shooting
Look
you.
at that bad boy.
I look at these once a week.
I know you do. I know you do.
Hi, wanting to buy one, and then every once in a while, I follow.
You know when I'm asking you to do things in the studio, you're just staring at your phone? This is what he's looking at.
Yeah. And every once in a while, I'll follow.
They're $1,000. Oh
yeah,
my god.
the real ones are, but they'll have the fake ones on Facebook, like ads, and then they'll have one that's like
look at him go. Look at him go.
It'll be like $68. I'm like, oh my God, what are these things? Underwater scooters, $68. I want two. And then I go through the whole process, and before I buy it, I'm like, oh God, I know it's a scam.
Yeah. Hey, Ross, I found the one you're talking about by Yamaha. 3.7 miles an hour, 75 minutes on a single charge. This thing's fucking awesome.
What a brilliant idea of an escape plan, although it did not work.
Well,
but
it's still fucking cool. I'm in.
This is some James Bond. Now, they didn't mention, like, he must have had full scuba gear on, right? Like, you can't just hold your breath.
Maybe he would come up for air and then go back down.
If they were following bubbles, that insinuates that he had scuba gear on and he was underwater going.
I think it was the bubbles from the propeller. No.
Well, was he holding his breath for 10 minutes?
There would be no air under there. So there'd be no way for the propeller to create air. Unless it had exhaust, which I don't believe it does because it's battery powered.
Either he had full scuba gear or he had one of those like mouthpiece emergency mini tank scuba, like scuba divers.
That'll last you a decent amount of time,
5 minutes or something of air,
a little bit of time.
But
he must have had something. He was down for 25 minutes. They were chasing around his bubbles for 25 minutes.
That's awesome.
He's just going in circles.
What's crazy to me is that like he's able to then escape on this hydro scooter. By the way, he's in a lake, so not much.
How big of a lake? I kind of feel like I could keep moving away from you.
It's pretty damn big, dude.
Like gently enough for you to not follow my bubble. It's like I feel like I could, or hold my hand over your bubbles, or
if it's a deep. Here's the thing too, like your bubbles will always come to the top, like if you're scuba diving. But if you're deep enough, and then
they're going to stay where you are. They're not going to move.
So like the bubbles coming on the top, the guy could be maybe not 100 yards, but 30, 40 yards.
Bubbles.
Yeah. You're seeing where he was, but still, I guess lake's probably not that deep.
Sometimes when you and I are explaining something, like you're saying things and I'm agreeing with it, and I realize how stupid we are and why we're in business together. I'm like, the bubbles, the old bubbles, and I'm like, this is why we're in this mess.
Also, I wonder, we'll probably never be able to this guy won't do an interview or talk about his escape. Maybe he will, hopefully.
I don't know.
I wonder what his plan was.
I should get an endorsement from him.
He's under the water for 25 minutes. I wonder if he's like, I'll just get to a shore and then run, and then take off my scuba equipment and then just run down the street or something like. I wonder when he was down there, because 25 minutes is a long time. Yeah. You have to think about what am I doing? What's the end result of this? But yeah, they caught him, and it was a funny story. So this guy going to jail for a long time, huh?
Ponzi scheme, $35 million. They got to convict him.
Yeah. That's a lot of money to do.
I feel like you're going to end up.
Getting away from.
No, I can't. No, not getting away. I just kind of feel like you're going to end up, and then I'm going to get a text from Sam. And they're like, "Yeah, he got him. He had the underwater scuba." And I'll be like, "I knew it. And I'll be like, "Where are you?" And Sam's like, "I'm at home." I'll be like, "Well, I'll be by soon to pick you up and give you your last check." This is a mistake.
Mine's more of you ever seen that boat trying to run from the Coast Guard and they're shooting the 50 cal in front of it? That's me. That
one's a little scary.
That's more my style, where I'm full speed and they're like. Shooting in the helicopter
because they don't want to kill you, but they know they're going to have to.
They're warning shots, but I just disregard it.
You ride into them and they become real shots.
All right, Ross. Let's talk about Tots with Ross.
Yeah, the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. That's my podcast. Go check it out wherever you listen to your podcast. Our last episode was with friend of the show, Jenna Hurt. You guys know her.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You got her on there. That's incredible.
Hey, go listen to her show, and then go listen to the show I did with JB Ball. Jenna did her first comedy set at the same show on election night 4 years ago that I brought JB Ball up to headline, and they both tell their stories of being at that show. And it's so funny because I put Jenna's new, so I put her up first, and the crowd was still happy, and she had a great time and a great set, and she talks about that show so happily. And then JB Ball went up at the end of the night when it was clear that Trump was going to win, and everybody was fucking dead on their feet and drinking to forget. And he tells his story of doing that show, and it is a completely different story.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, Jenna and JB are definitely friends of the show. Hey, man, thanks so much for doing news. And do you have any comedy coming up very soon where maybe we can pop in and see you?
Back at the West End on November 27th, Black Friday show. Me and Ross Paget coming to Sanford.
Double Rosses.
Seating. Square. They got table service in that new performance venue. $10 tickets at SanfordTix.com. SanfordTix.com.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Well, we'll be pushing that. I'll throw it on the old social medias.
Come to the Bullenbush tomorrow, Dan. Come to the Bullenbush. It's right by your goddamn house.
Bullenbush tomorrow. No, everybody's got stuff to do. I mean, maybe I won't do that. I couldn't do something tonight. I got some friends that are doing some stuff tonight. They wanted me to come out. It's weird not being able to find a sitter. Or even getting out is weird. We went to Chewy's this week for it's the second time I've been out, and it was great, but it was weird. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird getting back out into it. But hey, man, we love you. Thanks for the time, and good luck with the shows and everything. Give everybody some love from us.
Thanks, guys. See you.
All right, man.
See you, Ross.
We'll see you soon. That is Ross McCoy, the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy, Tots with Ross.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yes.
We come back. It's a long show, so we'll just do a fast dump them out.
Fast dump them out and get out of here. I didn't tell you that before the last break, Ryan Thorne and the Ramblers, Nappy-Haired Florida Boy was the song. That guy's out of Sanford. He's great. And then we're going to get a little funky right now. This is a band called Early Eyes. I love these guys. Extremely funky without trying to be funky. You see? You're like, this is a nerd. And I'm like, no, wait for it. It's about to get yacht rocky real soon. You're like, shut up, nerd. 1-844-TOMNDAN. We'll be right back.
My shoes, I don't mind the bruises on my bike. No stop signs.
Don't let your hair be a joker, Melissa Soroka.
No, I like that. Yeah, I think they'll like that.
It's like an Italian.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you want to call that.
Yeah, it goes. It's a good vibe.
Like, I was going with
because Italian people are hairy.
Yes.
She will cut your hair. Bingo bongo.
I love it.
Oh God.
You hear that? All you pepperoni lovers out there. Head on over to Melissa Soroka. She'll shave your arms.
No.
No. She doesn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Melissa Soroka does not shave arms. Yeah, if you need a haircut, if you're a guy, girl, if you're a child, if you need your hair colored, if you need
makeup, professional makeup
artist. That's
artist.
true. I didn't think about because a lot of times, and I've done this for Andrea a couple times, if we have a very special occasion, you get your hair done and your makeup done.
Yeah,
that's a damn good gift.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, 100%. Or if you have like a wedding or you're a bride yourself, you need professional makeup done.
Like a mommy-daughter day, you can book that with her. But yeah, basically anything that revolves around your face and head, she can do that for you and make you look great.
Just go on her website. It's melissasoroka.com. That's MELLISSASURROCA.com.
Yep.
And she is the wife of Sebastian Soroka, who's one half of the Danger Brain. So another thing that's cool is that when you use Melissa, just tell her you're a BDM, and she'll give you a really cool custom sticker the Danger Brain designed for us.
Yeah, they like that.
The one-off.
It's a one-off. You can only get it there. And she specializes in color. I know a lot of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen, I've been no stranger to hair color. Like, I wish I could do it now, but I just end up looking like fat Billy Joe Armstrong. Hey, look, it's Trey Cool from Green Day, everybody.
Yeah, but she can do hair coloring, everything that you can possibly imagine that a professional hairstylist can do. Yeah. Melissa Soroka can do.
And don't sleep on the makeup, because you could get that done as well. Whether you're a kid, whether you're a man or a lady, it's a Melissa Soroka.
melissasoroka.com.
There it is. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler are here. Those are our friends Oklahoma Stackhouse with their Christmas song. I forget the name of it. It's super long. It's like Bells in My Head, Requiem for a Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Yeah, look at that. It's marijuana, fuck you, I win.
That's getting released on Black Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you could find them. Oklahoma Stackhouse. They're cool guys.
Indeed. Love those guys. They're super sweet.
Real quick, I realized that people had already emailed me, asked me about the BDM poker tournament and whatever. We're going to do another one.
I had so much fun. And I know I lost my ass. I don't know when I went out, maybe 6th or 7th. I hit the wrong button. and I'm not just saying that to make excuses. Tom won, which I was super kind of stoked about, and then I was like, of course, I went through the same thing you guys go through with it's fixed. This is all fake bullshit.
Right.
And, I did laugh at am I just stealing our own listeners' money?
No, he's a good poker player.
This has been his plan the whole time.
No, he is a good poker player. He really is. And
I worked out a lot.
Yeah, and I'm excited to play again. I want to get into a routine. Like I want to start losing my house and shit. Let's do this. Come on. How do we do it?
We'll start doing it like a once a month thing or every other week. But just if you go to bdmpoker.com,
I think you guys will like it.
You might want to run that by your wife.
Yeah. At least once a month.
You're not doing it every other week.
It's easy. I mean, literally,
you can do it on your phone.
I wanted to say
it's
this.
Just times.
Is it okay if I say what I told you in the office? Like, I don't want to like. Well, no, about like. Okay, I was
the accounts.
Sam, I was on my I was on my balcony. I had a cool beer.
Mm-hmm.
I had the fan on. I had Christmas music playing while a Christmas tree outside on my balcony was lit up. And I sat outside and played poker. I played a lot of like Jim Phillips poker tournament, Jimmy's poker tournament, a lot of real poker tournaments. You've even played in the one where you have to enter for what do you call it? Like World Series of Poker. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is the way you're supposed to play poker.
Well, you
like
have to
on
go
your balcony,
anywhere,
drinking beer, in your underwear, relaxed, with the music you love.
It's real money. You got to pay
it's real money.
$10 buy-in, but
I was fucking loving it.
I won $150 cash. I would have been more if more people played. Like the more people that play, the bigger the prize. Anyway,
I want to get 159 players next time.
Right.
Let's do some dump them out.
We're doing all right. I don't have my glasses on. Where is Dump 'em?
Oh, man.
I got it. Oh, my God, what's happening?
Hey, it's a remix.
Smack that ass. It's a German techno.
I'm sorry. I put it in the
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby. Let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Woo! I want to also see your bottomics.
Dump them out. Brought to you today
Oh
by.
my God! I thought you were going to sing, and I got really happy.
No.
He was like,
I thought it was a Christmas
dump
miracle.
them out. My name is Tom. I'm here to dump them out. I know I don't have big titties, but you can scream and shout. I'm gonna still pull my titties out. They're little, my nipples are big. They don't have any hair.
What?
That's it. No,
I was
okay.
hoping one of you guys would jump in there and say something.
Stupid. Brought to you by Johnny's Other
All
Side.
right.
And we throw me off.
No, but we all do that.
Johnny's. You can go there and get the best burger in town.
our whole show is just like we're just a bunch of old machines.
Good weather for Johnny's Other Side.
Yeah.
Sit up there,
Cheap
have
beer,
a
too.
burger,
Yeah,
some
man.
tots, $3 craft beers. Go by Johnny's.
I can't be just sitting there eating a basket of tots and 25 craft beers and fall over a big fat piece of shit.
If you eat healthy
No.
and you can treat yourself, that's what you do.
But I want to just always treat myself.
I know. So do a lot of our BDMs. I see you guys.
Y'all been treating.
Treat yourself.
Trick or treat.
All right. Well, let's talk.
Huh?
So okay. I'm trying to find. Okay, this is.
Do we want to talk about how? Let me ask Dan.
What?
When you are mailing a letter
Okay.
and you're filling out the address
yes.
to the
Top.
person that you're sending it to, where
Top left corner, you write, or no, 2. Okay, 2 is on the center of the envelope, and then the top left corner is my address,
Okay.
the return address, and the stamp goes right-hand corner. Mm-hmm. I mean, like,
Okay, so you go center.
I feel like, did I get something wrong? Because I feel like you're
Okay, finally
Well,
Dan's
let's
on
get
my
the
side.
goddamn evidence in
No,
here.
no. I told you the
Yeah,
things that I
okay.
know. Like, so if I got, like, but I feel like you're trying to
No.
fucking
Can I-
clown me.
can I-
Who's clowning me?
let me-
You're clowning me, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Let me set it up.
What's happening?
So
I don't know.
I'm writing the check to Yellow Brick Road Foundation from the virtual beer fest.
Why are you writing them a check?
Because it's all
we just
for
talk
charity.
about the charities we talk about them.
Oh yeah, get the scooter.
Wait, are we on the air right now?
I'm getting that underwater scooter.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm writing the check out, and then I've lost
Who
Yellow
are
Brick
making
Road.
out to kids? YDS.
And we're going to announce this later. I'll go ahead and say it now because I didn't get any, I have no idea if we should or not, but I'm just going to say it.
No, that's not how it works.
$3,000.
All right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Virtual Beer Fest.
Dude, that's unbelievable. Please
It's
clap.
a little.
Please clap.
I know.
Thank you.
Clap for the kids.
For the
No,
clap for the kids.
It's and all.
Tom
and
claps weird.
I give it up to all those guys.
Now I know why you can't
It's like
clap.
the monkey with the symbol.
I don't like clapping. I've never learned how to do it.
Clapping,
You
skipping.
didn't learn how to clap?
His dad was like, I'll teach you how to clap as soon as I get back from this hurricane.
Wow, that was too far, man.
So
I'm sorry, that was too far.
I am writing the check, and then I'm like, where do I send it to? And then I forgot the address, Yellow Brick Road, and then I'm trying to find. I'm going through old emails, and then I just tell Samantha, "Can you help me with this, please? I don't know." And then Samantha's like, "I have it. I'm just going to write it down the envelope for you." I'm becoming,
You just spit on me again.
you know that assistant that old I was about to say Keanu Reeves. Reeves, what's his name? Superman. Christopher. And the nurse that he had, I think he had the same nurse for a long time. And
I don't know this story.
Well, no, she just did everything for him.
It's a care manager.
Yeah, caretaker.
Her name was Wonder Woman.
I am trying to ease my way for Samantha just to
You're
be my
already there,
caretaker.
buddy. I heat up your lunch and bring it to you.
She does heat up your lunch.
Yeah.
So you want her
That's
to
what I like.
wipe your butt? And
Well,
stuff?
that's the end. That's the end game.
She ain't gonna do that, man. Are
But-
you joking?
Yeah, that's too far.
She'll clown you. You'll be on your respirator, and she'll like, come in here. Watch this. I put a fucking Sour Patch Kid in his trach hole. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Well, that's the give and take. You get to take your anger out and abuse me. You slap me around.
You can have sex with them too.
You can take that anger.
That's what they do.
That's what he wants. That's not what I want.
That's what they do
Right.
in the nursing homes.
I don't think they have sex.
Yeah, they know they do. They impregnate them. I've seen it on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that story.
That's the Kill Bill.
How do you feel if you're that kid?
Which one?
You're the product of a person that worked
That's
at a
gotta be
nursing
rough,
home
man.
raping a nursing home.
Then you find out later.
Yeah, and then you grow up to be Blippy. Right? That's what happens.
So anyway, Samantha's like,
I was trying to make light of it because it got too sad. I'm sorry. I had to take a laugh. I'm sorry. I was like,
yeah.
I'm just going to write the address down in the envelope for you. I'm like, thank God, just do it for me. That's how I
Yeah, she has really good handwriting.
Anytime I ask, like, can you help me?
Honestly, another reason why I did it was because I was worried his handwriting was too bad and that it wouldn't get to the right address to the kids. So I was like, let me write it
Do you know how many checks we've sent to Merchman?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. 7 to be exact. They all come back. I have to write Eric Redinger in. I think I'm saying his name wrong. Radiger. I said Redinger.
So, just remember when I ask you to help me out with something, that's code for just do it for me, please. Do the whole thing, everything.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
All the way
I know
to the
that.
end.
I know that Tom code. Yeah.
So anyway, you write the address down on
and
the
then,
envelope.
And then later, I'm walking in the lobby and I see an envelope with the address that I wrote down, but it's in Tom's handwriting. And I'm like, well, what happened with the envelope that So then I asked him about it, and it seemed as if he didn't want to tell me what he did with it.
Well, I got... okay.
I ate it.
No.
I was hungry and...
No, because...
Were you trying not to embarrass me?
Yes.
Okay.
I am dumb.
I don't want to make people feel bad. I have if they make a mistake, I don't want to point it out
Gotcha.
because I don't want them to feel bad. I'll just...
He
I'll
wouldn't make
sweep it
eye
under-
contact with me.
Yeah.
Wait, you did...
Okay, I'll explain. I'll explain exactly what happened. So then I'm shuffling around
You
here.
were shuffling papers,
and,
crazy.
and then I walk
Well,
in.
that's usually when he's shuffling papers. That just means awkwardness.
Yeah, he was very awkward.
It usually doesn't mean that
He wasn't
he's-
expecting me to ask him what happened happened.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything. The shuffling is just the way that he processes the awkwardness.
So I walk in and then I look at my desk and there's the envelope and the Yellow Brick Road check for $3,000. And on the envelope, the address is written, but it's written on the bottom
now let me grab
right-hand corner, right, of the envelope. So I look at it and then I'm like, oh, why didn't you do that?
Wait, I like the noise you make.
I'm like, she did it wrong. She doesn't know how the address is written.
Now, mind you, I've mailed thousands of stickers and magnets
You've
for
mailed
the past
stuff for me.
9 years.
Yeah, no, I gave you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I gave you a gift to send out to a listener, not even right before COVID.
So here's. Well, I don't know if I should give the address out, but his is in the center.
Public information.
Okay, his is in the center, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not even that much.
See, it's in the bottom corner. So I looked at it.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
Hold on.
You can't fucking do that. Yeah, you're fired.
I always do it this way, and it always goes where it needs to go.
That's interesting. I've never seen that. No, I'm trying to be.
It is not that much of a difference.
I'm glad Danger's with
me. And he didn't know which way I was going to go. I could have literally piled on, which is normally where I'm going to go. On this one, let me see him.
I looked at it, and I was like, well, maybe because I equate mail.
Did you think it wasn't the mailman was not going to? Send it where
my God! But Tom, your handwriting is.
I'm worried about it not getting there now.
Your handwriting. If I read it correctly, it's like
it gets there. The mail
couldn't go with
the people.
It's very hard to read.
The people who work for the mail, they are like me. They they know.
Oh, it's you know their language.
Yeah. But when I saw it, I was like, well, maybe. She doesn't understand how the mail works because this is, a form of business.
Most people are saying that both are acceptable. I'll show them.
Both are acceptable.
It's kind of like how girls ride horses. Like, why are both your feet? You don't know how to do it. It's a both. You have to both your feet on the side. That's how to ride a horse, idiot.
Well, the only reason they're doing that is because they're too afraid to part their lips and put it on the top of the saddle.
I thought it was
right? Let's real talk it. The reason that women sit side saddle is because they're too afraid to reach into their panties and pull their lips apart and then sit back down like I do when I'm taking a dump so it doesn't make any noise.
No one wants a wet saddle.
Yeah. What? I tell my wife farted the other day in bed. I go, if you really want to do that and not let me hear it, you have to reach in your butt and you have to hold your hole open and let it go.
Stop. So anyway, I quietly wrote it myself, and then to not embarrass Samantha, I crumpled up her.
Yeah, you threw mine in the trash.
I put it in the trash. I didn't want to be like, she didn't understand how the mail works.
Again, I have sent
little lady, one day you'll understand how the Pony Express works.
I've sent so many.
You don't understand. See, the man writes down important words and puts it in the envelope, and then the lady places it in another man's leather saddle, and then a horse carries it to the next town. You don't know anything about it. Go get yourself a peppermint stick.
Don't ask for my help again.
I did the equivalent of taking off my jacket and put it over a mud puddle so you can get your high heels wet. I didn't want to embarrass you because you didn't know how the mail worked and you didn't know to put the address in the center, not all the way to the right. So I redid it, and then she came in. Now I'm being clowned because you're like, this works.
No, she was just mad because she's like, now this is why the money we're losing money. Look at how many envelopes you're wasting. Yeah, you're fucking everything up.
So now you can just write the address anywhere?
The check is in the old one, by the way. The one you threw away. I'm joking.
But I mean, there's a procedure that you have to follow. You can't just write the address anywhere. What the hell do you think? What does the country come to? Address in the middle.
I'm kind of with Tom on the address in the middle. But yours makes sense because you have something to kind of... a guide for an end?
On a business check or a business envelope, that's where the check window would be. So they both work. Yeah.
Here's the thing. You can't write it at the end or at the, all the way on the right because I can't determine how little or big to write my letters.
Well, that's because you have mental problems.
I get close to the end, and then I got to put all of my letters small.
I don't know how big. That's what my daughter says.
You start out big, and then I trail off tiny, and then I got to end
curling up.
I got to curl up. the middle. Anyway.
Stuck in the middle.
Oh, my God.
So
now if you want my help, I have to fill it out in the middle.
Yeah,
Whoa, don't say that.
We got to do it in the middle.
Yeah, don't say do it in the middle.
Let's talk about the Fresh Prince documentary.
Yeah, Will Smith
I saw this.
Well, it's not a documentary. It's a reunion,
yeah,
right?
it's a reunion. Yeah, but Will Smith is...
I did write documentary on the paper, though.
He's John Krasinski. I don't like him now.
Yeah,
Really?
My strong opinion of watching this is that he is the fakest motherfucker on the planet. And he reminds me of somebody I used to work with. Like, a lot. A lot. Like, I look at this person and his mannerisms...
Like, a lot?
Look, no, not that person. Other people. And they are the same person, and it's not real.
So what is it?
And
Because
fuck him. And
fake positivity?
No, but no, just look at just look at how he reacts to things. There's no, to me...
He's very over the top.
This is just me. This is just my opinion. And if you disagree with it, that's okay, and you can get mad at me. But when I watch him, I don't see anything authentic. I would urge everybody to watch this because I think the entertainment value and everybody, including Will Smith, are great. It's a great... I enjoyed it immensely. I bagged on it.
It was really good.
I bagged on it with Andrea. I didn't want to watch it. We started watching
Uncle
it.
Phil died, right?
Yeah.
Is the butler still alive?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's still there, yeah. But they only, unfortunately for everyone, Jeffrey is only used for reactions. There are 2 reactions you will see from Jeffrey. He says nothing.
Oh, man.
He will say, at one time, he will say, Will Smith will tell you a story that you've never heard before, no spoilers, and Jeffrey will go, far out, man, because he is actually British. And then another time, Jeffrey will go, oh, wow! And that's really it from Jeffrey.
Now, do they actually record an episode of Fresh Prince?
No. They just get together and talk about what it meant. They have both
reminisce.
They have both Aunt Viv's on there.
Are they on a stage and they're in chairs?
No, but it's the old set.
Okay.
But they recreated it. They have both Aunt Vivians. One of them is the original one that apparently Will Smith had fired because he didn't like that she was going to have a baby or something. You'll see all of that. They confront each other. It's good. The whole thing's good, but I look at Will Smith and I go, something is wrong with you because the answers you're giving me are not actual human answers.
Is he? Did we disprove that he's a Scientologist or not?
He says he is not.
Okay.
But he's involved
I'm not trying to be judgmental. And I realize that every time I say, hey, this is going to sound judgmental, that I'm doing what I say I'm doing. But
I like judgmental.
No, but it's just, dude, it's like, watch it and you tell me. You watch that with him, and you tell me.
Yeah.
It made me feel like, and I don't want to give a spoiler about the Aunt Vivian story because if you don't know it, then I'm going to blow it. But I will say I'm on her side. And I'm going to say that I'm on everybody's side except for Will Smith. And it's not because I think he's a bad person. It has nothing to do with that. It's just there's something there. There's something wrong. What you're telling me is not 100%. It's not authentic. It's not real. You know how, like, when I talk to you about something and I get real passionate and you can tell that the words are not, like, perfect because it's real?
Yeah.
Right.
That's how you know.
There are certain humans, I've met them before, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You come across them where you look in their eyes and you're like,
That's it.
Are you acting like what you think a human should act like?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I call it alien stuck in a human's body.
Or maybe just parents just don't understand.
But also, you could be
pizza party.
You could be turned into that, I think, from being way too famous and way
too early.
And
for too long.
And then your life is so weirdo that you don't have anything.
His whole entire family is famous, so
but
you got to
the
take
whole
that into
thing-
account too.
the
It's
whole
not just
thing-
him; his
Since
wife is super famous, his kids are famous.
It actually makes me glad to be me because, like, I look at it and I'm like, well, I'm glad that I'm able to articulate my feelings in a way that hopefully you guys think I'm legitimate when I tell you things that are true. I would hate to think that that's another thing. I get my own head. I'm like, I would hate to think that I'm being honest with somebody and they think that I'm being Will
fake.
Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but when I watch him, I don't find anything that he says like
authentic.
Okay, if I were in the military and he were the guy leading me, and me and Tom and Butler and Sam, we're all in the same group, and he's like, we're going to go do this, I would pull you guys aside and
Mutiny.
be like, I don't know. No, I would just be like, I'm not confident. This isn't like I don't know what's going on.
I gotta watch it now.
It was just a vibe, and yes, I was imbibing. I had my anxiety medicine,
so I need to take my medicine first. But
I wasn't. I was CBD. I was absolutely articulate. I had only consumed CBD. With a high concentration of THC.
He's in particular a weirdo in real life. Although, like, I'm fine with letting actors, I just enjoying their acting work, and then whatever they're doing in real life.
I just want to see what you guys think.
Don't
just
care. Don't look at it. I assume you're
just waste an hour.
A crarazy person.
Just waste an hour and then tell me what you think. I honestly believe, and now there are some things like when he has the altercation with the original on Viv. I think that he handles it with utmost respect and kindness, and I do think he's a good person. I don't think he's necessarily a bad person.
Well, the thing is, you don't know. I don't. How do you know this guy?
But the what I'm feeling though, my gut tells me there is something that is disrupting the authenticity of some of the things that are said.
He's pretending to be human. Yeah.
It's shaky with me. Like when you say it, like there's sometimes when people say things and I'm like, I'm in. Here, I'll say this. Like even Trump, like right now, when he says things, you look at him, you're like, that motherfucker, you're like, he's got it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to make it political. I'm just using him as an example.
What he says, yeah.
Like, so it's authentic, right? Then I have more respect for that because it's authentic. It's real. So whatever I'm seeing with Will does not seem real. It just doesn't seem real.
We do, though, as a society, expect like these rich and famous people, and no matter what is, like if they've been rich for a long time or they got to a certain fame level and for a certain amount of years, and we get mad at them for not being normal. But how could they be normal?
No, I'm not mad. No. He's trying to act normal. That's the thing. It's like just act rich then, or act crazy.
It's these people live a life where they can't do anything that we do, right?
Yeah.
And also they're so rich where you start like anything that's hard in your life or you don't want to do, you start eliminating. You have the money to do that. So then you've lived like that for a certain amount of time, and then how the hell are you going to relate to
this
a guy
is who you're becoming, Tom? You know that.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. I want to be sober when I walk out of my mansion. I'm like, what's happening? Oh my God, these people stink. And then I want to
do like shut the gates, release the oil, release all the oil.
Why wouldn't you want that?
How much oil do we have? Set it all on fire.
I want to be looked at by people and be like, that guy's not authentic. He's a weirdo. But I'm like, I'm rich. I want to be that. I probably would never be that. But it's
keep on one of those poker games.
One more thing. If you guys are going to watch this, because I know we're running out of time. If you watch they go back and they show the original Aunt Viv doing this dance because she's a super talented actress, singer, dancer. I mean, the lady is like, literally triple threat. She could have done anything and probably did do anything she wanted to do. But she does this ballet dance and like goes all crazy on like seasons 1 or 2, and she does a dance and she's fucking hot as balls. Even as an old lady, she's hot. Original Aunt Viv can get it. Second Aunt Viv, you're busted. Is that bad? Should I not say that?
No, it's your opinion.
Busted.
All right, let's get it. We did a long show today. So, again, the True Leaf promotion. I'm trying to think of other things. Hookups page.
Are you drinking a Cannon Charge?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Late in the day, you're drinking a Cannon Charge? You're drinking an energy drink and a Diet Mountain Dew.
Well, I just...
and I've had 9 White Claws.
It was sitting on my desk. Yeah. I know. It's goddamn poison.
I like it.
Anyway, semantics.
What?
What's
That's
going
not
on?
my name.
I'm talking about the show. What's going on in the show?
I don't know. So we're going to the Orlando City playoff match tomorrow, so we're going to record after that. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to record in the stadium.
We were going to do it at the tailgate, but it's an early match, so we're just like, we'll wait till afterwards. So we might have some guests on, but it might just be me and my husband. But tonight... I am recording. You heard about this one?
Yeah.
The Free Britney movement.
Oh, you're
finally
she's
recording it tonight.
This is like 6 weeks. Well, more than that. More than 6 weeks of research that she's done
and effort in this.
Yeah. So if you're like me, and I'm excited about this, if you're like me, you don't fully understand or know all the details of Britney Spears, what's going on, why she's in litigation right now.
I'll condense the info for you.
You can. This is something that you can do. You can tune into Sam's podcast and check it out, and she'll kind of break it down for you.
Yeah, it will be on our Patreon, but it is free. So patreon.com/semantics. It'll probably be
But don't do
posted on
that.
Sunday.
Here's what I would say. If you're going to imbibe in that, if you're going to get all that information and all of her hard work, throw her a
It
little
is
something.
the hardest I've ever
Just throw
worked
a
on a
little-
show,
I
and
know.
it's free.
I know. Hey, the hardest I ever worked was to cut it out. Like dumb
Yeah.
things that you do when you're trying to get I'm working with a record label to try to get the ability to release this song to all of our listeners. It's like you do the most amount of work for nothing. So that makes me applaud it
check
even
out
more.
the other ones we did. Like
Yeah.
the last one we did, Derek covered the moon landing, if it was real or not.
Yeah, they're
I've done
just
Paul
fun.
is Dead, Avril Lavigne is dead. So check them out. They're free on Patreon.
Yeah, definitely cool. So check that out. And if you're on Patreon, support Semantics.
Butler, we at Sugarworks in New Smyrna, they have
They have our corporate time rocks glasses, whiskey
nice.
glasses over there. So definitely go over there. They
Do I
have
have
a,
one of those? I don't think I do.
No, we don't. We don't
I
have
got
one in
one.
studio. They have those available for if you buy a bottle of Calisa Creek or the Turnbull Bay rum, and also at Cafe Da Vinci out in DeLand. We also got something going on out there. I mean, it's a watering hole. There's their Cashed Out's playing on December 3rd out there. It's also a great spot to check out.
Hey, I was here when I was here. I forgot to tell you guys this. When I was here puking in the yard, putting in the new computer, we didn't have any booze in here, but we had Turnbull Bay rum, the vanilla flavored one.
Oh, isn't it Oklahoma Stackhouse not cashed out, or is it cashed out?
No, it's cashed out, December
okay.
3rd.
Shit.
Okay, and then I got the rum with the
Swirl was
Coke.
right.
It's Coca-Cola rum or Coca-Cola with Turnbull Bay vanilla rum. Try it. Just try, but you got to go real Coke. It's got to have some sugar in it. It's definitely better. I had one of those while I was putting the computer in. It's very nice.
Well, thank you to all the BDMs. We're next week. We're doing the Friday free show on Tuesday.
Yes, at noon.
At noon.
So that's going to be out, but we have ACTs all the way recorded up until Wednesday. So got a bunch of new content next week, but Tuesday's the Friday free show.
Indeed. Thanks again to Oh No Media.
Yes, Owen's in there. In the
Yeah.
chat.
Oh, hi, Owen. Thanks to the Oh No crew for helping
He's in a
us.
cult now. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome. For helping us with our new intro video that you guys will see if you check out the replay on YouTube, Tom and Dan Live, and always on Twitch, Tom and Dan Live, and basically everywhere, including TikTok, Tom and Dan Live.
We have a TikTok video out yet?
No, I don't know what
He
to
went
do.
to do one yesterday when you were doing your painting, and then I think Pop deleted the video.
It was only. So I'm holding it and watching him, and he was like 15 seconds, and then he just kept going and going and going. So he gave me 3 minutes. I only had 15 seconds, and I was like, "But this is incomplete. It's stupid."
No, that's what you do. 15 seconds.
So I deleted it.
Why do we even have TikTok?
No,
then?
but the reason we have TikTok apparently so I can go on there and see everybody's weight loss challenges.
Gang, gang.
All right.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about gang gang.
Oh, what is
You
that?
guys are old men, and it is killing me. Every day, you guys are getting grumpier
I
and
know
grumpier.
what gang gang means, but there's too many definitions in the Urban Dictionary.
What is the Urban Dictionary?
And on that note, we'll see you back here next week for more gang gang.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
Analog Party. Yep, totally new band that I know nothing about, and I'm really enjoying this single. Is it the Deftones-like drone, or maybe the heavy-handed and brooding drums? Maybe it's the fact that it sounds like something I would have loved in high school and I love now. Either way, you heard their new single entitled One. They're a two-man group. And pick this up, man. This is my pick of the week. Next up was some listener-requested music, fresh out of historic Sanford, Florida. You heard Ryan Thorne and the Ramblers. They were up next with one of their new singles entitled Nappy-Haired Florida Boy. Check this guy out on Facebook, and he's back doing shows. I think he was just at Will's Pub. Should be popping up more and more, I'm assuming, around these Sanford parts. There's also a really cute video of him singing with his mama that really got me in the heart. Check that all out on Facebook. Again, Ryan Thorne and the Ramblers. Early Eyes has a brand new EP out. Oh man, I definitely would throw this in the old yacht rock category or new yacht rock. This shit is funky as all hell for not trying to be funky. He's not trying hard at all, and it's just, this thing just grooves. You heard the first track on the EP, Wander, and this is another, I'll throw this in there, it's another pick of the week. We closed out the show with new holiday music from friends of the show, and we interviewed them this week, Oklahoma Stackhouse. You can hear that on A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. These guys are more than in the holiday spirit with a brand new song called Bells in My Head, Requiem for a Sleigh Ride. It's a hell of a title. Which goes on like this nutty little ride at the end where the lead singer starts not getting gifts and yelling at Mrs. Claus. It's great. Just check it out. These guys are awesome. And yeah, on that note, guys, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here Monday for OG and BDM shows.
Chocolate chip cookies out the oven, no doubt. Was that a rumble?